Ladies and gentlemen, we look good. We feel good. Everything's good to go. And we're back at it again on a Feel Good Friday night. Folks, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. We are going to bring you all the coverage you need. We got SmackDown. We got Against All Odds. We got Rampage. Holy shit, who knew about Rampage? But we got so much to get into, folks. Lots to talk about in this Friday. Get in the chat. The pre-show for Against All Odds is starting right about now. And we got so much to talk about. AEW news, SmackDown. So strap in, strap on. Have fun. Put a smile on your face. Enjoy it. Enjoy the wrestling. Us two pretty faces. I'm just rambling at this point. But let's go! Boom. Ding, 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 folks. We are back. Like I said, we are the Wrasslin for Life Network. Me and this pretty face are going to run you through a whole bunch of wrestling action tonight. We are the alternative commentary. We are here every day, almost every minute of every week. We never go home. We just hang around. But we cover more live wrestling than any other channel. You'll see a lot of imitators, but they're just pretenders. Nobody does it like we do, folks. And with all that being said, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and get him, dog.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight, KJ White. I am Big Nick, and yes, against all odds, folks, we made it through another week. But 100%, we've got Friday Night SmackDown, we've got AEW Rampage, we've got a Impact Against All Odds. 3 shows, 2 hosts. That's how you know it's going to be a 5-star night. And unlike some other people, when they say 5 stars, ours actually means some things. Has a little bit of credibility behind it, but
we got hosts. We got hosts.
Well, we definitely got hosts in different area codes. We got hosts in different countries. Sure.
Very much so. But with all that being said, folks, it's going to be a fun one. I hope everyone out there is having a safe and happy week. You got another one in the books. We're going to kick off this weekend with some big action. Just a programming note, we most likely won't see anybody here tomorrow. We're going to enjoy the day. We're going to, put our feet up, relax.
Take a walk about.
Yeah, just take a breath, take a knee. We'll be all right. But we will be back on maybe Sunday. So click that little bell. If nothing else, we'll be back Monday to run you through another week in wrestling. It's going to be a fun time. I see the chat filling up. If you're new here, make sure you hit the like, hit the subscribe. We're already over 100 likes for this stream. If we could get it to 200, gracias.
Muchas gracias. But speaking of new here, well, Larry's saying, hello, new subscriber. What up?
What up, Larry?
Nick, what up? Well, now we're going to have a Larry off here when the other Larry shows up.
Right.
Richard, what up out here with the wild accusations? Rocco, the good, the good Paisan here. I'm calling it Samoa Joe, newest member of Bullet Club Gold. No, it's going to be the Gun Club.
The Gun Club.
Yes, boys, pause.
Yeah, that's where the Samoa Joe part's a little interesting because he's in the match, so people are assuming, but like watching Ring of Honor last night, they really teased him and Zack Sabre Jr. want to find out who is the best TV champion in the world.
Now,
both.
Well, I have heard that match, or I think I saw it on their Wikipedia or whatever. It might have been up there for a hot minute and then taken down. But it could also be a tie-in because he's in the new Twisted Metal movie on Peacock. Again, HBO Max went to Max, so Peacock, it's your move.
I love that game, man. I'm looking forward to this. Joe is
have you seen the little teaser trailer to where I guess Samoa Joe or why am I blanking on his name right now? Sweet Tooth is a big Cisco fan.
Yeah. Did you see that?
Oh yeah,
amazing. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. But just so everyone knows, we are in the pre-show of Impact Wrestling, and we have a match kicking off already.
What do you got right now, sir? Because I got to pull that up here.
I got Kylan King in a match with, I would love to tell you, I need her to stand still. She won't stay still.
Stop moving. John, what up? Hey, KJ and Big Nick, what up?
What's going on?
Who is coming back to SmackDown tonight?
Interesting question. I mean, lots of talk, and I love Fridays because the WWE loves to get news heavy on Fridays. So word comes out, we might get new women's titles, or at least one new women's title. So might appease the IWC that we're actually doing something with these belts and coming to a conclusion. But there's that. Does anyone come out tonight new? I don't know. I mean, they've had a bit of an influx
or a return.
Could you see a return happening tonight?
No, I don't think we get anything like that. I think the most of a debut that we get is the new WWE Women's Champion presented to Asuka, which has been advertised for tonight, which
will be another big fucking
W. Go with a whole nother new design, or do we go? I've heard the rumors, the accusations, allegedly that they're just that they're just kind of like the white strap version of the main belts on SmackDown and Raw. So Asuka's belt's going to look just like Roman's belt, and Rhea's belt's going to look just like Seth's belt,
just smaller.
Just or is it smaller or a white strap? I thought it was.
I heard it was going to be like smaller in diameter and such.
Oh,
right? Like,
no! Don't do that. Don't do the original AEW championship to where that thing looked like you literally used it to keep your pants up, not as an actual championship belt.
No, we'll see. But with all that being said, I mean, did we do roll call? I can't remember. If
I think we were in the process of it.
There we go.
Big Dog's back. What up? Joe, Thirsty because dog. There's something on Twitter and the Young Rock has been canceled.
I like it.
That's did you pull your back out with that reach there, sir? Because that's what I feel.
He predicted Old Rock going to show up. I don't know how constraining this was on his schedule. So we will wait and see. I mean, Young Rock, it wasn't good.
All his side projects are falling away now, though. No more DC movies. No more, Young Rock.
Mm-hmm. And we've seen that before with other wrestlers. And I mean, we'll probably see it again with someone like Cena, where they go off and do other shit. And, especially kind of in that not later part of their career, but kind of after their peak, they get busy with other things because they're smart. And then you see them turn around, and when things kind of quiet down in their life and they get a little bored, they end up doing a little stint. Whether we've seen people come back as managers, we've seen wrestlers make returns for a little run or two. Edge still in the middle of one. It's just funny, right? When he was, recording Vikings and all that, when that stopped, okay, here we go.
True say, but how many people have been The Rock? Like, The Rock was up there, though. Even when it comes to Hollywood, he was up there with Arnold. Yeah, he was out there in the Fast and the Furious. Yeah, he's out there with Jason Statham. Yeah, do it. So Cena is getting there. I get what you were saying, because we have seen that repeat itself, but it's just very interesting that at one point you could have easily said the top movie star in Hollywood was The Rock, a former pro wrestler, and now not so much.
I mean, realistically, he's still up there, though, because he still puts out, like, as far as box office goes, he was the biggest star in Hollywood. I'm not sure if he still is. Someone can confirm that for me, but he's got to be still up there, because he still had banger movies money-wise for the most part. Then that's the thing, right? Even his fucking Earthquake movie that sucked, blew out the box office.
Which sucked worse, AW Rampage or The Rock's movie Rampage? That's a question, folks. That's a question. Let us know down below.
He should just do like 4 more movies with Kevin Hart. Those are his best ones.
That's just that's literal twins. That's Arnold and Danny DeVito.
Yeah, they should remake twins.
Listen to me. Sonic Boom, what up? Jay, do you think it would help his brother tonight? Mick, I halfway think I get what you're trying to get at. Well, you put out a thing and send it to our group chat and everything about like Jay with Jimmy on one side and the rest of the bloodline on the other side. Have they announced that like Jay's gonna speak tonight?
Jay's going on trial, so to speak, Nick. Jay's
it's over to court now.
Well, so they're saying that like Jay's going to be required to give an answer. He's going to be put on the hot seat, and we're forcing the issue now. So Jay's got to do something one way or the other. I'm curious because I don't trust them anymore. They're doing such a good job. I see both possibilities with Jay right now. Does he just say, you know what, screw this, that's my brother? Or does he go, yeah, I'm fine? But then even if he says, yeah, I acknowledge my tribal chief, is it short term? Is it a ruse? Like, fuck, it's good writing. It's good.
Well, we could have, instead of Judge Joe Mathis, we're going to have Judge Joe Anawahi, or instead of Judge Judy, we're going to have Judge Paul Heyman here.
Judge Kishi coming to the ring.
Judge Kishi coming down to the center of the ring right now with his hammer, butt cheeks, and gavel. But no, I think I get what you're saying, and there is a ton of possibilities that they could go with this. To me, I would hope, and I think the best option that they could do, personally, would be, Jay, I acknowledge you, my tribal chief. And then Jimmy gets his little singles run, his little kind of rub off of Roman that Jay got as well.
Okay.
Except that's when Jimmy was sidelined, I believe, with an injury at that time.
Isn't that also around the...
Well, that was after. I'm still waiting for that to come up. Right. I still think that that's going to be
they go deep, they go personal as this goes on.
It'll get a reaction. It'll get a visceral reaction. It'll get a ton of tweets.
Yeah, man. I mean, I heard a thing from Roman today where he said, this is authentically me. Like, it's as close as you get. Like, this isn't, I didn't make this shit up in the shower. I wasn't looking in the mirror. This is real. And I was like, yeah, man. So we'll see what this, if they go deep into this, which we think they're going to, it can get very personal, very quick.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and Sonic Boom answering me with AW Rampage, in my opinion. There you go.
Yeah,
good on you, my guy. This has the potential to get very personal. And I do agree that this is, well, you've seen the reports that Roman was sick of the big dog character. Of now the stories are coming out about how, it was Vince McMahon's idea, by the way, to put Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns together. And Heyman was excited about it because he wouldn't ever pull the trigger on Cena. But he did on Roman because Roman was sick of it. And
they still have Cena doing Make-A-Wish, so they don't mind risking Roman.
Well, that's a whole other thing. Of Cena was very, I guess, kept a lot of what he actually did behind.
I feel like we always knew that about Cena, though. That's amazing, right?
He's
like
Superman to Roman Reigns is Batman. Of you never know whose side he's fucking on, but he's gonna whoop some ass and take some names.
I like that comparison. I really do appreciate that comparison, sir.
Well, no, I was gonna just mention on a side note, because I was listening to it before we went live tonight and everything, was Rick Rubin and Paul Heyman sat down, and Rick Rubin had Paul Heyman on his podcast and everything like that. And it was a really interesting. I got part of the way through it. It was really interesting to listen.
Man, I got to check that out.
Yeah, fitting with everything that we've got going on, because he even mentioned around that WrestleMania season, which I think that was Roman Brock, of planting seeds towards the next WrestleMania.
Yeah.
And now, how many things are we going to look back on now that were seeds planted earlier that they can tie into this, that they can make this work? Because I've got Dirty
Dango, the highlight of
oiling himself up here on the pre-show for Impact.
He was the highlight. He was probably Dango Joe Hendry was probably my only real happy time on Impact last night. It was an okay Dynamite, but we got a new attitude. We got kind of Dango doing this split personality kind of vibe.
Oh no,
it's different. And Joe did that. You saw the clip of the rejected diva.
Yeah, it's one of those, I guess you had to see it to fully understand everything. I kind of halfway was there. It was like, I believe in Joe Hendry, but I was like, I don't know if it got the same reaction with me. Well, it's even,
I liked it.
Instead of some of the stuff with Impact of Dango's doing split personality, sometimes Impact goes into the fantastique the wrong way.
Right.
All we need is John Cena. John Cena can save us all from this. And even Richard, I don't know if you halfway.
We're getting a replay, bro. We're getting a replay of Joe Hendry's new video.
the one that had to get taken down.
You know what it is for me with this? It's just ridiculous. It's so dumb. Like I gets that point of like I can't hate on it. It's just dumb. It's not like it's just ridiculous. And Joe can sing, man.
He's
right, Joe.
Jack
Joe
of all
sing.
trades, 100%. But it's still. That's one thing that you either really like about Impact or you really it's hard to get through with Impact is they go hard in the paint on
certain things, right?
Well,
Courtney Rush.
You're really a character. You're a character.
They killed. Yeah, it's almost soap opera-ish, right? Like they killed off Eric Young.
Right.
Rosemary got sucked into a fucking another dimension, and now we got Courtney Rush. Taya Valkyrie got pulled into a casket. We have no idea why the casket was even there, and it just goes on. But
Hulk Hogan's Hall of Fame ring that gave Abyss superpowers.
Very much. Yeah. So we've had plenty. And I mean, I would even argue some of that broken stuff and that Willow stuff would have never happened without like that kind of freedom with this company.
But that also, like I said, if that's on one hand, it's either super endearing or you can still get behind it. Like, trust me, I'm fully with it with Joe Hendry, but there's some other stuff, like you said, of like with Eric Young getting pulled, getting killed off and everything. It's like, all right. Little hard.
Sonic's still waiting for Rock and Roman. We're getting the match kicking off. If you guys want to make a prediction on Dirty Dango and Joe Hendry, we are all ears.
Well, we got Ratnick out here, shout out for the super chat and making sure he gets his comment read and everything. Should the new women's titles look like their male counterparts or be a bit more unique? 100% unique. They need to be unique.
Okay, wait. But that Roman belt should have been unique and different from what it was, not like the two on his shoulders right now on my picture. I could update that apparently.
I mean, he technically still has them. You still had Heyman was still walking away with the other two. So does he just have 3 championships now? Is the World Heavyweight Championship the 4th championship?
Right.
But I think it was. This is you got me in a conundrum here because on one hand, it's not unique because it's like it's just another colorway. But at the same time,
it's uniquely.
I didn't want. To me, they didn't need to divert that much from where they are. I already liked those championships.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Right. It's the World Heavyweight Championship that, to me, I don't like it now. I don't want to see it for a women's championship, I think. And you need to make the women's division actually feel a bit different versus you didn't like them basically just having W's again in different colorways. You hate the colorways.
No.
So I think they need to be unique. We'll have
I'd like to see them be nice.
Right.
I'd like to see them put some thought and effort into it opposed to, we'll make it just like the men's. Right? I agree with you on that for sure. But we'll see. The rumors are they're just going to duplicate.
Well, that's what Ratnick's saying. I fear it's just going to be another color swap.
Right.
Alexis taking Joe Hendry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Problem is Rock and Cena have no reason to come back right now. If Rock was going to come back, he would have done it by now. He might come back next year, but I highly doubt it.
Yeah, that's kind of what we were saying though. As long as he's busy and things are on his plate and he can make money without falling down, he will. When things get a little quiet, eventually things change. There we go.
Well, and where do we still keep going with this bloodline storyline of everybody thought the initial payoff was Cody wins at WrestleMania 39? Clearly that was not the case.
But nobody's talking about that anymore.
Fight with Jay. We've got the tease of Solo. So do we have to call in other Samoans, other Anoa'i members, especially ones with, superstar, attached to their name?
Yeah. No, and I mean, Nick, that's where for me, like, even after all this time, for other people that hate on Roman Reigns or the bloodline, we popped a 2.7 mil on Friday because of this storyline. Not unanimously in our chat, everybody felt great about it. I didn't find many people, and maybe there's one or two out there that are completely fucking lost, but I didn't hear anybody talking shit about this. Not even Cornette praised it for being wonderful. Like, we're at that point. It's not, after all this time and all the chapters, it's still exciting. It's still the biggest thing we want to talk about.
And this is when you have to, this goes back to, I'll tie it back into both companies, of when Triple H was saying after WrestleMania, if there's multiple chapters to this story and we're only getting started.
There's layers.
Yes. It has layers. There we go. Shrek reference.
I'm going to have to put like a Shrek on an overlay.
A counter, a little, donkey Shrek counter system. But, and also with MJF of saying that we're in a generation now of wrestling fans are fickle, to where someone's the greatest professional wrestler one day and horrible the next.
Yeah.
This has been captivating throughout. And even when people get super angry about it and everything like that, they still tune in for the next chapter of it. And it still delivers.
Mm-hmm. Well, for the loud minority out there, when it comes to the WWE,
7% on Twitter,
the 7%, as MJF put it. I mean, you look, people are all, who, is Vince McMahon in charge, Triple H in charge? People hate watching and just, no matter what they do, it sucks. And as that small pocket of people just pout and wear their AEW hoodies,
and show up to their studios in their CGI cars.
I wasn't going to go that far this time.
I will.
But for all that complaining, the WWE is just knocking down a success. And another success, and another success. And people can bitch and moan all they want, but the numbers at the end of the day do not lie. I mean, they've had nothing but successful pay-per-views this year. They're making big gates, big money, big bank.
Well, I was going to say,
do we want to
talk about that? I will shout out Richard real quick here. If I think BFAD from Hit Row cost me a yim, well, I've seen that whole thing starting to play out on Twitter.
Oh,
Speaking
really?
of the Twitters. Well, between the OC and Skid Row. But and I still like that we're going to get Mia Yim versus Bailey, Money to Make qualifying match. Like, that's still a hell of a match to watch. Curtis, what up? But yeah, I know I saw it earlier today and everything like that, to where, and I shared it out and everything in our group chat, to where WWE has, in the 6 months so far of 2023, broke attendance and or gate records in 60 cities that they've been in so far this year. Meanwhile, interestingly enough, and this is Dave Meltzer, this is the Wrestling Observer reporting this, of all the peoples, that,
well, he's bitter about Punk.
Well, that the Dynamite ratings, the AW ratings in the UK are going down versus even staying the same versus going up, especially with Wembley coming, all of that.
Well, here's the thing. Tony's resting his hat on Wembley, and it's an accomplishment. It's an outstanding accomplishment. Ballsy move for Tony. Sorry, Joe Henry just hit a move. But it's an interesting, it was a bold move for Tony.
Picked up the win.
And yes, people are going to get off on the novelty, the grandiose feel of this whole event. And yeah, 65,000 tickets. That's outstanding. But we've talked about it a lot, Nick, and we've seen the chat. We read the pulse of as many people as we can. And across the board, a lot of people don't love the week-to-week show we're getting. Double or Nothing was a bust, and I don't care what anyone says. That was a subpar AEW pay-per-view. The night before we covered that pay-per-view, Nick, you and I said to each other, Tony O usually does really good pay-per-views, so this should be fun. This one wasn't fun. So if you're starting to burn interest and you haven't announced anything yet for people to be excited about, I don't know, man. It's interesting times. The next little while will be very interesting for AEW and Tony.
Absolutely. And I hate to put a hairpin in that, but I feel like we have to for one of these commercial breaks here, because we're about 5-6 minutes away from SmackDown kicking off,
right?
And against all odds. And we've got Small Mark, what up, asking who's headlining Impact tonight. So do we want to run down? I know
Okay.
I think you and Luna did it on the TikToks, which, by the way, we got the TikToks, we got the Instagrams, we got the Snapchats, we got the everything's at this point, I feel.
Right.
100%. We got the merch store, so be a friend, tell a friend. Hit
Be a
all the
friend,
links we got below for you. We got you covered when it comes to anything and everything in wrestling content. But do we want to run through
Yes.
quick predictions on the Against All Odds card?
Absolutely. We can rapid fire them. I'll probably change a couple from last night anyway.
That's fine. The vitamins, just blame it on the vitamins.
It's
Instead of Jamie Foxx blaming it on the alcohol, blame it on the vitamins.
Or both. You never know.
Facts. We've got the Design versus OVE in an Ohio street fight. I don't know why I said Ohio like that.
Ohio. I took Callahan and crew. How do you feel about Madman Fulton coming back real quick?
I didn't know that was a thing until just this moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
he's coming back.
He's got to have one of the most interesting journeys like in professional wrestling. If he's kind of managed to hop around in every scene at always either the right or wrong time. Former member of Sanity, now back with Impact, who I believe was
going up
with
against
AEW for a hot minute.
Going up against the Design, right? Like, of all teams. He made turn.
I didn't even realize he was part of an OVE. What the fuck?
Yeah, he joined. So Sammy wanted Rich Swann. Rich Swann's in the 8-4-1 match. So they referenced, oh, we got to go get a monster. And then they came out via social media that Madman would be joining them against his old squad, kind of.
Well, I remember you saying that. And well, that's why I'm like, he's on that side. And I thought, you had mentioned it before, and you were dead set. I felt like they're gonna bring back Eric Young. He ain't doing shit.
I thought it was funny,
so might as well. Fuck
I would have died.
Zombie Eric Young.
All right, what's next on the docket?
Well, Joe Hendry versus Dirty Dango, which we already got. What's up, y'all? Says Bobby.
I picked Joe. So that's good.
Has Macklin's head gash even healed yet? That was wicked. He used the staples that PCO pulled out of his face,
right?
To fucking staple that shit back together.
Holy shit!
Alexis talking about the Punk versus Kenta. It's been alleged. I've heard it's been talked about. But
now, is Punk allowed in the building if the Punks are going to be in the building? Like, how does this work?
If we're going to get different, all right, the elite are leaving the building. Coming in now.
All clear.
All clear. It's gonna be fucking changing of the guard when these people show up in the locker rooms, and that's what's sad. That's what makes at times it makes it too easy to poke at AW at times.
Yeah,
but anyways, we've got Trey Miguel versus Chris Sabin in an Impact X Division Championship match.
I went Trey Miguel. Luna went against me.
Fair enough. I'll take Trey.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Yep.
Well, Sabin's great. Sabin is 100% still one of these guys who would have a fantastic match with anybody, have a fantastic match with a fucking broom.
Right.
But he's Trey Miguel was the up and comer here. Yeah. So let him ride. Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo versus Giselle Shaw and Savannah Evans.
There's potential of dissension here, but I think they pull off the win, reluctantly win together.
There's potential of pause for the cause here, I feel, but I will take Trinity and Deonna because baby faces go over the heels, and especially when we're setting up for Trinity versus Deonna, you get a little bit of like what you're talking about there, the dissension. Eddie Edwards versus Kazarian.
Eddie, I don't even know why Kazarian's doing a thing.
Because he sucked as the elite hunter, so he became the Impact hunter.
Right.
I'll just for the sake of being difficult, I'll take Kazarian, I'll take Kaz, I'll take Suicide. He just shows up like Bray Wyatt and just comes out in different alterations.
Right.
That's the Mick Foley.
Yeah, just bring it on out. Let's go.
Right. Tag team championship match. ABC already been Bullet Club. What?
That's actually good.
Versus the Good Hands.
Right.
So ABC.
Yeah,
Getting
1, 2,
that
3.
1, 2, 3.
A hundo P.
I feel us now.
A hundo P.
All right. Now, do we get them crossing streams there with Bullet Club Gold? Now
You
we're
tied that together nicely.
Everybody always compared the Bullet Club to the NWO initially, and now it's
kind of
even
now
more
too.
like that. Now we've got like the Wolf Pack, we've got the Elite, we've got this branch off, we've got that branch off. Like,
I'm getting the start of SmackDown, ladies and gentlemen. Nick, let me know when you catch up. I'm on forever.
I'm on then. Now, sorry, I'm watching this on YouTube TV. I don't have the Canadian superpowers forever.
Okay. That should get us pretty close. But ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown is kicking off. Against All Odds is kicking off. Me and Big Nick have you all the way through tonight. Make sure you hit like. Make sure you hit subscribe. We have all your action, all your twists and turns. Keep the chat coming. We will get to it as much as we possibly can. And if you feel like we're ignoring you, just repeat yourself or send a super chat so we see you and stand out. Absolutely. Ready to go, buddy?
Oh, well, 100%. I literally forgot at this point. I was just so busy talking everything. I forgot what time it was.
The time is done now.
I'm refreshed. So on SmackDown, I've got them pulling the cloth off of the WWE Championship. And on Impact, I'm getting the little hype up video. But Jared, what up? Hey, Big Nick and KJ White, you guys are the best. Well, we try.
We try. Thank you, Jared.
Right. I'll take good hands. Sponsored by Allstate, Curtis. I love that you went with that joke. I appreciate that joke.
Everyone, it's a feel good Friday for sure. Go.
Absolutely. Why?
What?
Why? Which Bullet Club membership comes with the free buffet? Good question. I want to find that out as well. From one husky kid with the munchies to probably another.
Don't start bringing up
figure that out.
We're trying to do a show here, folks.
I mean, well, it's just snack. But I'm still waiting. We didn't even get to talking about the dog collar match between Mosh and Killer Kelly. As we're getting a replay of last week, the ending to where I acknowledge you, my tribal chief, but they're my brothers.
Yeah.
And then the Samoan spike to Jimmy.
Big Dog says I'll start watching Impact again when they knock off all this Tales from the Crypt Twilight. They're never going to do it. So
no,
they're never going to do
Mickey James got pushed in front of a train. We had Sting with a crow. Like that's not going to happen.
Right. J Boy says Roman who Kazarian versus Macklin would be a great program. I think they deliver in the ring. I know I kind of bust on Kazarian. He can go in the ring. He's just kind of bland. Alex Shelley giving Macklin a run tonight, by the way.
Fair enough. Well, that's the thing. We still got to trying to explain the 8-4-1 match.
8-4-1. So if 8-man match, the winners then turn into a tag match, and the winners then turn into is it a fatal 4-way?
So follow the bouncing ball, folks. Because
I fucking lost my own plot.
If this doesn't scream, what in the name of Russo and Carter? I don't know what does. This is TNA. It begins with an 8-man tag match. Winning team advances to a fatal 4-way match after that.
Okay, so it's fatal 4-way.
Winner of the 4-way receives the title shot.
Yeah. So 8-4-1. Okay, there you go. I picked all this for
8-4-1. That's quick maths.
I don't know who you're picking.
Who'd you pick? Sorry,
I picked Aldis.
Can I double pick? I would take. I'll be like George Costanza. I'll double dip. I would take Aldis, and if not Aldis, Bully Ray.
Oh, juicy.
I think he has the potential if they're not going to pull the trigger on Aldis at that point, then they'd put Bully in front of Alexander first.
Maybe.
Right, and we're starting off SmackDown. Right
they're in the ring
with Solo Sikoa and Paul Cuthbert Heyman.
Is that legit?
No, not at all.
I was like, wait a minute.
The fact that you believe me, though.
Heyman. Oh, he gets
we
interrupted
instantly
right
get the
away.
Usos right before Heyman can even get 2 words out. Right
We
before I
ain't-
can take a sip of my beverage, we get the Usos coming out.
Ladies and gentlemen, SmackDown is kicking off. Against all odds, kicking off. I know I already said that, but Jay is coming out to the ring right away. We started the show with Solo and Paul in the ring, and we are starting off against all odds with Frankie Kazarian.
Yes, taking on the match that we were just actually, I believe, talking about versus Eddie Edwards.
Yes.
So
I got Eddie.
I think I took Kazarian just for the sake of being difficult. But
Jay
so
Wag,
where do you think Jay lies amongst all of this?
that's the $1 million question right now. That's the next plot twist. Call M. Night Shyamalan and we'll figure this out together.
No, don't do that. He sucks at twist. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Right. But he's wagging his finger at Solo. Dude, I said it. He could outright go to war with his brother and defend his brother right away. He could join Roman and stay loyal to Roman, like you said, and go one on whatever. Or it could be like there's so many options with his. It's good. It's appreciated for that.
Right. Uso, Eddie. Here we go.
Listen to the crowd.
Uso. Speaking of Trevor, what up?
We are live, folks.
What up?
Jay Solo tonight.
Yeah, I think you can do one and then still do the other if you wanted to. You can't do one and then do the other.
Oh, we're gonna have to
do Solo.
Crowd,
Solo.
Chat. If we're a little quiet, we will get to you. We promise. Wow, Jay coming in hot.
Oh, he just called him by his government name. Expose him.
Jay versus Solo, Eddie. Okay, we will take a prediction on Eddie Edwards and Frankie Kazarian. By the way, even if you're not watching, you just want to guess.
I was gonna say, even if we're not really gonna probably pay too much attention to it right now because we're kicking off what we thought could have ended the show. You got this all wrong, and here's why. It's not Solo's fault; it's Jimmy's fault. There we go.
Yeah. It's Jimmy.
The crowd can't even let Heyman get through it without booing.
But they're reacting so well to everything.
Take your Don Callis heat, take your Dom heat, put it in your fucking knapsack, and take your ass down the road because right now this has the most captivating shit in pro wrestling.
It's not wrong. Jey Usos.
Down since day one, we were down since. Jay looks like this kid that like he knows he fucked up and he doesn't know how to respond. Like he's smacking the ropes and everything. Right? Oh fuck, man! There's nothing in this house.
Yes. Good evening, Dale. And Jessica McKay is pregnant. Congrats.
And you are not the father.
We're gonna have like a lot of like wrestling babies in like late 23, early 24.
Well, we've seen the whole plot twist, the whole theory that's how Asuka was trying to really take out Bianca Belair, to where just everyone that goes against Asuka ends up with
having a baby. She's got the magic touch.
I'm not gonna do it. 50 Cent song is all I'm gonna say.
Paul just talking. The tribal chief wants to groom you to take his place.
This is perfect. My game. This plays into this. You are main event Jey Uso. You've been down since day one. You have been his right-hand man this whole time. This is fucking chef's kiss all the way around.
150%, Nick. Unbelievable.
I will officially announce already the early KJ Golden KJ Award winner for best storyline of the year is the Bloodline.
Yeah, spoiler alert on that category.
Right.
The close second to Koshka.
Close second, the Elite.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that too much?
I broke myself with it.
The gaslighting is fantastic. It is so smooth with Paul that you don't even realize he's gaslighting you. He's just hitting you and hitting you. And you're like just taking it because he does it in such a way. It's crazy. It's outstanding.
100%. JV, what up? Yeah, it's one of those of with him and with Roman, both. It's the silver tongue devil of they can sell ice to an Eskimo and all of those old stereotypes and all of that.
Catch a popsicle to a lady in white gloves, my friend.
Exactly. It's hard times out here, baby. It's hard times when you're Samoan out here in professional wrestling. But 100% Heyman and Roman both have that gift of gab, that silver tongue devil, that they can gaslight you to the 100% and have nothing but ulterior motives.
That's the beauty of this. Like I said, is you don't trust any of them. You have no idea.
Not a one. It's like right? The Sopranos. It's like Breaking Bad. Of you, you're supposed to hate every character, but you fucking pull for them.
Right.
It's Sons of Anarchy, whatever anti-hero show you want to watch. It's that just in a professional wrestling ring. It's where you watch them kick the shit out of each other every week.
Wait. Oh my God. This is Dirty Pool right now. Is that true? Did they say that?
Why?
Look what Victor said.
Jimmy versus Austin U.S. title match. I have not seen that announced, sir. I need that source.
No, because how good would that be? Like a couple people said it.
That's where Jimmy. That's where Jay turns. He declares his definitive statement.
Well, he goes for a singles title. No, you don't need Jimmy. We'll get you your own belt.
I thought. Well, yeah. Hold on. You threw me off because we're talking about Jay.
Jay.
And you said Jimmy.
No, we don't need Jimmy. This is Paul's wedge, right?
The initial statement said Jimmy versus Austin.
Yeah, I talk. So that's why I talk fast sometimes.
You're good. You get thrown off with names, let alone haircuts, and that's the only differentiating thing between.
No. I just feel like this is 100% Paul putting that wedge in. Now he needs an answer right now. Theory and Jay, so they did say that.
Okay.
See what the tribal chief can do for you. I can get you a title match tonight.
This is
dirty bastard.
Perfect.
Look, Jay can't figure his life out.
This is so good, though. This is the best thing we've watched already this week in professional wrestling. We watch all the goddamn wrestling. And
all the goddamn
wrestling.
What did he say?
And he walks away. What? Still no resolution. I would say that's he's siding with Jimmy. But it would have been his first opportunity at a singles championship in WWE ever.
No, well, didn't he go after Roman's belt?
Well, I'm quoting Michael Cole here, so
no,
he's
maybe I'm wrong.
Vince McMahon, so the facts ain't right.
I thought he challenged for Roman's belt at one point.
Oh no, he did. Like I said, I was just quoting quotes.
Thank you, thank you, Cole, dumbass. Not you, him.
I know. But, so we got a WWE Women's Championship presentation.
Solo Kosuke, maybe. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I was about to say. So here's the awaiting, question here of who likes the championship and what kind of championship is it? Oh, all right. So tonight we're getting Butch versus Baron Corbin, Escobar versus Mustafa Ali, Mission, sadly, Mia Yim, versus Bayley, and Shotzi versus Io Sky, all qualifying matches tonight for the Money in the Bank matches in the O2 Arena.
Setting up to be a very nice SmackDown. We come out of the gate hot. We come
100%
out of the gate strong. And then we are heading now into, 4 qualifying matches. And on paper, these matches sound great. Escobar done. Let's go.
Well, and when it comes to when we talk about ratings for WWE and they're in the 2 mils and all of that, Ratnick, should the new women's title look like their male counterparts or a bit more unique? I think
We
we
read
already
that
got
one.
to that, but yeah,
Yeah.
unique. Unique New York. I feel like I'm Ron Burgundy now. Unique New York. But when we talk about the ratings for WWE, for SmackDown especially, and they're all in the 2 mils and everything like that, and then you mentioned the ratings for AW, and every AW fan's like, oh, well, it's just ratings. We're like, well, just enjoy the wrestling. All right, well, so then we'll talk about ticket sales and how WWE is breaking records all over the place and everything. And meanwhile, we're struggling to sell tickets for Collision, the new show, and everything. Oh, but well, Wembley, right? Yeah, well, the ratings for AEW in the UK are actually going down when you're selling all these big ticket sales. So it's the constant goalpost moving to me that bothers me. And I've said it. I don't know who agrees with me, if you have want to agree with me or disagree, but AEW's fans are the biggest thing that hurts AEW.
It's a big problem. Absolutely. Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
Well, that was
you were just you were rolling along.
That was Allie.
A hard pause. Right now, Kazarian gets a 2 count on Eddie Edwards, folks. We are in the first commercial break. We will take your prediction on Pete Dunne taking on Escobar tonight. We'll also take your prediction on Kazarian and Eddie Edwards if you haven't done that yet. So let us know as we try and catch up to the chat and see it's blowing up. Kayla's in the house.
Yes, what up, Kayla? I'll roll through here. Waiting for Rampage says, Robert, what up?
Really?
Another new belt? Damn, this is when you need Ron Simmons. Damn. Where was it?
They need to figure out the there's still some sorting to be done. I know people get a little impatient, but yeah, not a new belt, but we do need to figure out why the Raw champions on one show. We have tag belts that we got to atone to.
They've talked about, at least with the women's belts, of if they're gonna do the fusion dance and just unify them.
I think they should unify the women's tag belt 100% and go back to it can be defended on all 3 shows.
Fair enough. Well, then Mercedes just don't know what to do in New Japan now. She's like, they've just given you everything I wanted.
Right. So, well, and now the poor girl's on the shelf. Avengers assemble.
Avengers assemble. Would be nice to see the Usos win the US belt. Would nice be to see Jay win it.
How crazy would it be? It would blow everyone's mind if Jay pulled it off. Now we do think
that's another moment that just notches this as a fantastic.
Oh shit! Thank you, story. Thank you. I got it backwards. I mixed them up.
You're good.
Vitamins.
The fact is that no one knew the difference except for Big Dog.
Right. So yes, Escobar's still going to take the win. Victor says.
Right. Joe Black saying, "Oh,
go."
Saying only Rampage worth watching. Star The Rock. You missed my question earlier. Or maybe you didn't.
Maybe that was the answer.
I think Larry even said, finally there's someone excited for a Rampage. Like, we've been forgetting when it's on because of the playoffs. So
right. Oh.
This is our last week, by the way. Let's soak this in here. This is maybe why we're taking a pause for the cause on the Sunday. Because this will be the first week that we have left before Collision, to where we're here every Saturday at 8 p.m. Rain or shine, WWE Premium Live event, or get left behind.
Yeah, it's so interesting right now with AEW. It's so interesting. I'm really curious how the next 6 months play out for AEW in 2023. And will it go down as a marquee year for them and a real kind of another level, or will they be looking to bounce back in 2024?
Ooh. Good questions. I've got Ali coming up right now, and now Prince Ali, fabulous. But
LA Knight.
LA Knight, yeah. We go from Ali to LA. What?
I love it. I love it.
He's since ruined that word for me, just like how what has, I guess, personally been ruined for me. I can't now hear someone say the word without just turning into LA Knight.
Kazarian just picks up a big W over Eddie Edwards.
And I backslide into a victory.
I don't love
hook or by crook, I will win.
I don't love the use of Ali and Corbin in the qualifiers. My assumption is Escobar and Dunn get in now, but this should be a really good match between these two.
Well, and that's with Ali going to NXT that I guess allegedly a fair amount of people on the roster expressed openly that they wanted to work with Ali. But so speaking of that nice little shiny belt that I have, I got to do it this way, that I have above my head, not that pay-per-view. We're watching that pay-per-view. The championship that I have above my head. Is Boston defending this right now? Because we do have a pay-per-view going on right now against all odds.
I didn't really.
Does he need to be against all odds? Does he need to be take on all comers here?
Right.
And, actually be defending his championship?
I don't know. Let's ask Boston, man. How you feeling, Boston?
Yeah.
Are you fighting champion?
Yeah, we have confirmation.
Yeah.
So, if you want to have your name up there on our streams and everything like that, because we hear every night covering all the wrestling, then you got to win in this predictions championship versus Boston right now.
Right. The new women's belt's probably going to look better than the extra mustard title.
The Happy Meal title. The two people with the soda on the side.
Right.
I don't get why y'all hate on colorways. Like, I don't know.
I just don't like that bright yellow is not my thing, right? It just doesn't work for me.
But under different light, it's just gold. Like
no, but it's a bad gold. It's not
the good gold. It's not the one with the lions etched into it and everything.
Yeah,
like that.
Well, that would have been nice if they etched if they had etched an eagle
this
into
is
it.
Different though, is because I already liked the belts that were there. You did,
which I don't get, but that's maybe we've been arguing about this for.
It's just
people
the
must
same
be laughing
thing
at
in a
us
different
again.
colorway. If I like Jordan 1s, and I'll get them in a different fucking colorway. If you only like fucking Jordan 5s or whatever the fuck.
I think it'd be like Ewings.
You only like the Gary Paytons to where you could zip up the tongue and everything like that. You got some Shaqs, some Penny Hardaways. You got some Stephon Marburys, some Stephen Barrys, Stephon Marburys. Yeah, if you like that, that's fine. But I already like what I like. So just seeing that same thing in a different colorway, I'm not going to hate on it.
Okay. LA is gold. I completely agree with Trevor on this one. What's up, Jordan? How you doing? Who else we got? Alexis is 1-0. She's coming for that belt. I'm an anytime, anywhere champion. I live by that policy.
24/7 champion.
24/7 champion.
I was going to say, this man's about to turn himself into Crash Holly real quick.
By the way, folks, members of the 841 match are kind of having a bit of a backstage verbal tussle. And SmackDown heads into another commercial break. So I'm probably going to take a commercial break as well. But remember, folks, like, share, subscribe, join the family, be a part of the show, and do not miss out. We are the channel for fans, by fans. We cover more live wrestling than anyone else on YouTube. And we're just, let's be honest, we're a lot more fun.
Just a little bit. I had all sorts of things set up for this man, and then he takes a pause for the cause on me. But you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at. But Alexis is already 1-0. The lace chip bag title is at the bottom for me. It's not I think some of y'all are just trying to go at me because I don't like the title you like, so you just got to not like the title I like because the title I like is good. Granted, I know everyone's talking about the undisputed thing, so I keep going to the George Carlin bit of, well, if it's undisputed, what's all the fighting about? It's Canal Street Gold. So Ratnick even getting on it. Boston U Hardcore 24/7 Championship. Well, it wouldn't be fitting. It would be the most befitting. Sorry, I got my words mixed up there. For the Wrestling for Life Network champion to be defending, prediction champion to be defending damn near 24/7 when we're damn near live 24/7. And nice little segue there of we are the Wrestling for Life Network, folks. We do this for anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We are the wrestling channel the wrestlers tune into. We are the wrestling channel even people at the shows tune into. So 100% you are doing your friends a disservice if you're not letting them know about us right now. Nobody covers wrestling like we do, as I've got ABC, Easy as 1, 2, 3, versus the Good Hands in a tag team championship match. Player. Already got that one. Got that one. Face it, it's mustard. No, it's not. No, I do not. I disagree. Do they bring back the Butterfly Diva style belt? So that's, I guess, a question for the audience there of which one is worse, I guess, in your opinion, the new Roman belt or the Butterfly Divas belt? Because to me, the Butterfly Divas belt is one of, if not the worst championship belts that has ever been made. And the fact that they still put in every one of their games is just shows me the lack that they have for their women's division. But anyways. Christ, I'm missing a lot of comments here. Make Happy Meal Disputed Championship. You know what, KJ? You take your pause for the cause here. You go and do yourself a favor here. You go and have yourself a Happy Meal. It reminds you of that championship. The only real championship that matters. What? But I'm back from commercial break because I've got Ali and Escobar in the corner, as I've got the Good Hands coming out right now with Brian Myers cutting a promo. And why do we have to have Brian Myers lackeys featured in a tag team championship match? I guess this explains why I'm not on the Impact streams. But super kick from Ali on Escobar. Yeah, Diva's belt was really ugly. Yeah. Boston just laughing at KJ. You can have that. That ain't what I'm mad at. Victor, 100% Gene Mean. I know that did happen a couple days ago, but we did, pay respects to the man. But absolutely, shout out the Iron Sheik. Still a Twitter legend, still a professional wrestling legend. At this point, an icon. The legend category is filled up. Iron Sheik is an icon. He's one of the prominent people you think of, one of the first people you think of when you think of pro wrestling, especially if you're of a certain vintage. That butterfly belt is a tramp stamp belt. Yeah, just a little bit. Oh, Ali just getting yeeted in the middle turnbuckle here. AW Collision entrance set should have big steel AW like WCW did. It should look different than Dynamite, make it a total separate looking program. Yeah, we would want them to do that. They should do that. They should do that. It's really comes down to the question of will they do that? They've already kind of halfway knocked off the WCW logo. And I say that being nicely, as Ali with a rope for a 2 count. Oh, backsplash into a tornado DDT for another 2 count, as I've still got ABC coming out right now. But I think that they really need to differentiate it from Dynamite if they're going to even stand a chance of it really working out. And if it's not, just becomes another rudderless ship in the AW universe, to put it nicely. But Hassan, what up? Oh, Steven, what up? Hey, what's up, KJ and Nick? Steven Elimination Chambers in the house. Yeah, just remember who gave you that name. Why? Poison runners look so brutal. Yes, they do. Now, is it a poison runner or is it a Frankenstein? It depends on if you want to challenge Scott Steiner or not. Escobar with a 3 count on Ali. So, as predicted, as foreseen, Santos Escobar from the LWO, the top merch getter right now, I believe, in WWE, has solidified his spot in the Money in the Bank qualifying match. Again, I think so. We've got him, LA Knight, Nakamura, and Ricochet in this, and that's shaping up to be a hell of a match, and very much going to be one of those ladder matches that you just don't want to miss, because somebody's going to do something fucking crazy here and in a minute. And I still don't get why they're trying to push LA Knight as a heel, because he consistently at this point has just got nothing but positive reaction. As I do have ABC versus the Good Hands kicking off right now. If you want to give your predictions for this, as I've got Jay backstage, the leader of dissension, he shouldn't be here. Sami Zayn, he's supposed to be on Monday Night Raw, but he's here backstage, just playing, the little devil's advocate here, and Jay Uso's here. It's all gaslighting. Oh, Roman never cared about you. Why?
Where's his visitor's pass?
Is it hidden amongst the duct tape there? I don't know.
Right.
I just see Sami and Zayn. I don't see visitor there.
Making you laugh even when you try not to. Look, he's breaking. Look, hold your shit together, Jay.
Right, you can do this. You can do this. Well, you even have to sit there and I got this. I got this. I'll roll the shoulders a little bit. Roll the shoulders a little bit. Sell it off a little bit.
The nose, right? Like,
well, that's how you cover, because you can cover your face. Trust me, I do it when I'm having a snack or whatever. I do this.
No, we know.
I turn on the bed. Or perhaps he's wondering why someone would Helena kick him on before throwing him into Roman.
Wow. So Angel meet Double. So we had Paul Heyman's pitch. Now we got Sammy's pitch. I don't like Sammy being here, but I know the hate watchers are going to eat this alive, but fuck them.
And Jey Uso was visited by 3 ghosts of Bloodline Past on this on this Judgment Eve.
Who's the third one? Fucking.
I was going to say he's already gotten visited by the ghost of Bloodline Future. Right. Now he's getting visited by the ghost of Bloodline Past.
Right.
Well, no, present past. So now he's waiting on future.
There you go.
That's going to be Solo. Solo's going to sit there and interrupt him.
It's going to be Fatu.
Could
dun dun
if that happens? If that happens,
1-0.
Or if it's Big Daddy Quiche.
I keep saying it. I think it would get a huge
out moment.
And he comes out and he starts saying shit like, no matter what side, maybe he tells his kids to knock it off. This man is your leader. You follow your leader. Or I still think there's yes.
No, I was just going to say they did pull it up. It is official for tonight.
Yes.
U.S. Championship match, Austin Theory versus Jey Uso. So while that's going on, and we've got the ABC Easy as 1, 2, 3 taking on the Good Hands, looking like an NXT team, but you can explain this. I'm gonna take a pause for the cause.
Yeah, enjoy, folks. We got lots of action coming your way. We're back in a commercial. We're getting I'm getting an A&E Superstar Sunday commercial. My favorite of all time. They're looking for his bagpipes. Pause. But 1-0. I'm kind of debating right now, Boston. I think I might take the combined score of SmackDown and Impact. But here come the Good Hands, who I said last night. These two have been passed around a lot on this show, where they've kind of been the lackeys for quite a few people. His visitor pass is in the Undisputed Tag Titles. There you go. Maybe since they're Undisputed Tag Champions, they're allowed to roam. Touche. I'll take it. I'll accept that. As a guy that's looking for the positive here, yeah, you know what? KO and Sammy have multiple, they have the right to roam with 2 current belts right now. I'll accept that, Boston. I'll take it. WWE starting out good. When I mean Jimmy, Paul, and Solo, that is the way it should start. Off next week again. Also, LA will beat Jimmy, and LA Knight will beat Jimmy, and Jimmy will side with Jay, and we'll be there. That's that. Kenny, I got there. So are you LA Knight and Jimmy? Interesting. And I don't think LA Knight would beat him, unfortunately, but LA Knight at ringside. That was a really good match between Ali and Escobar. Not very long, but they got in, they got at it. I really enjoyed the opening match. I really enjoyed, the opening segment was great. Where we're standing right now is great. People are tuning in. People are interested. Let me know. If you disagree, I'm all ears. But, man, good start. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? How you doing? Curtis, hi. If I haven't said it yet, Theory will retain the U.S. title. I think so. Theory's a bit of a golden boy, and he's in that U.S. title pocket. Kind of similar to when Roman and Solo were going after the tag belts. I didn't think it made a lot of sense to have them win. This one will be really interesting. Imagine Jay did win, and then Paul says to him again, like, the Chief did this for you. Interesting. Butterfly belt, is that from the Isle of... yeah, maybe. I'm 2-0. 2-0. There you go. There you go. I think I'm 1-1. Just go south. You can find bagpipes. Just ask the good hands. The bagpipe experts. Impact, who cares? Need new faces, new places. It is time for a change. Kenny, you know what, though? They got some young and up-and-coming talent. There will be an influx. Hey, if the WWE is cutting talent in June, woohoo for Impact. But, yes, I would say that it's not at its best right now, but there is a lot of good talent here. This, against all odds, shaped up and on paper looks outstanding as a pay-per-view. The ABC right now and the good hands, as I know we were bagging on them back there, but they should give us a good match. The opening match wasn't bad. Kazarian gets the win. We'll see. We got the 841 match. We got a street fight coming up. We have a world title match between Shelley and Macklin. We'll see how the rest goes. Braun Strowman drives a pace car. All right. This Sunday, Braun Strowman driving a pace car. He will get screwed somehow. One can hope on a Friday night, eh, Boston? But yeah, I think Jay does not get this belt. I wonder if because he chose not to give the answer right then and there on the spot, does Solo have something to say about that? Kayla Braxton in the ring. Oh, here come the NXT Women's Champions. Oh, it's about to get spooky and awesome. Pause. Can Braun fit in a pace car? Good question. Now, did Braun not get neck surgery just a couple days ago? Like, I'm a little confused here. I don't know. That's crazy. I guess he's going real slow, but I mean, I thought you'd be in bed for a few days. Now, with that being said, folks, right now the tag match on Against All Odds is kicked off. You can give me a prediction on ABC and the good hands. And we do have Isla Dawn and Alba Fire coming out to the ring. Of course, the unholy, what are they? The unholy alliance, the unholy friends, the creepy girls, the goth chicks. They're outstanding. These two ladies give me hope for the women's tag team division. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe they are going to merge these belts because I don't give a damn about my reputation. Wow, nobody gets to speak on this show. Dungeons and Dragons, don't know how we got there. Good question. What did Larry say? Yeah, see? Good question. Steve Chambers might see a mixed tag match next Impact pay-per-view. Eddie and his wife versus Kazarian and his wife Tracy Brooks. Mr. Elimination, I think we can eliminate that from our hopes. I don't want to see. I'm finding it real cringy. Eddie Edwards and his wife, and maybe I'm supposed to, but yeah, I don't know. So Shayna Baszler saying I was the only reason why those tag titles were created. Wow. So it looks like we're going to get a match between Ronda and the NXT Women's Champions, setting up a dissolving of the belt. We go back to one title. The women can fight in every show. I'm for it. I think that's best with a very thin division. You have really good teams out there. Katana Chance and Carter put on a good show the other night. Ronda wants to bring respect with Shayna Baszler to the women's tag team division. Let's hope for it. And I absolutely love these two, so I don't care. Taito versus Taito. We accept. Is that happening now? All right, the ladies are fighting. Judo throw. Not going so well for the unholy ones. Oh, huge kick by Dawn. Pisa down, and both women on Ronda now. Yeah, there you go, Dale. The rumor is all but confirmed. Yes, more gold for Ronda. Ooh, Shining Wizard. So the NXT champs run the WWE women's champs out of the ring. They're having fun doing it. There you go. Boston, you're getting your wish. You're getting your wish. 3-0. There you go. Wow. Stomp. Why are they showing NXT? No, it makes a lot of sense, Chambers. I don't know why people get a... Listen, we're going to see Seth Rollins on NXT defending his Raw championship. It's good. And this is what they're trying to do to build up NXT. And if anyone's paying attention, the numbers on NXT are going up and the programming is getting better. The addition of Corbin, we saw Dana Brooke show up. Not that that's... Oh, sorry. I got to shut up for a second, folks. We are getting a package about the Iron Sheik. We'll see. We're going to get a little reminder of his career in wrestling. If you guys don't know the Iron Sheik story, I highly recommend seeking out places where you can get a full story on the Iron Sheik. There's a book as well. What a life. Literally, what a life. And for me, a young KJ, as a little guy, when you watch the WWE cartoons, when you saw WWE programming, bro, anything that was kind of associated with it, Iron Sheik was the nemesis, the bad guy, the biggest problem for All American Hulk Hogan. I predict new tag team champions tonight. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. The challenge was accepted, but we'll see. I'm all for this merge. Less titles is not a bad thing. We got to make the titles feel special again. When you have titles everywhere, then everybody's got a participation medal. Yeah, it's just another belt. Let's make this make sense. What up, Kev? Isla Fire. They are fighters, Drowsy, and Shayna shouldn't underestimate them. Larry, I'm with you, man. I think, again, if you're trying to highlight a NXT, the brand, and shed a light on NXT and help grow the audience for NXT, they could win. Now, all the stories about Shayna and Ronda wanting to bring clout and respectability to the division, I got a feeling that they're the heavy, heavy favorites here, as they should be. Mashy, you're jumping ahead. Right now I got the good hand still fighting, but I agree with you.
I'll tell you something, Jin Min. But
did you just merge two gimmicks?
Yes.
That's amazing. In memory of the Iron Sheik.
100% of he's not only, it's so interesting to still remember that he was an Olympic level actual shoot wrestler before he ever became a pro wrestler, and still as a pro wrestler, he is an icon. He is somebody that when you think pro wrestling, you remember the Iron Sheik.
Yeah. And I said the other night, Nick, it was kind of ironic because he was like the epitome of a heel my whole childhood. Hogan was the epitome of a good guy, and then they both retire, kind of, quote unquote, from wrestling. And over time, they switched spots. We all love Sheiky and his Twitter, and he became super funny.
Well,
and
he
Hogan went a
always
different
reveled
path.
in being the heel, and it's also one of those of even when he got the championship run and everything, it wasn't more of, oh, who's going to be the biggest contender to, take on Hogan. It's no, who can Hogan look really good beaten?
Right. No, and it was the perfect time. It was the perfect formula. I mean, wrestling often takes things out of, pop culture and, politics to help further their stories, make them more, invest people in them more. I know nowadays, I think that's one of the things nowadays is they don't do that as much because they're afraid to in 2023.
Yeah.
So you can't
That's
really
it's a little bit like walking through a landmine, but
right? Like
I do have Killer Kelly versus Masha Slamovich in a dog collar match right now.
Oh, there you go. Shit.
On Impact
Boston
against
was right.
All Odds. Meanwhile, a Texas strap match, I believe, or whatever it was called, has been allegedly pitched. Texas bull rope match has been allegedly pitched for Lesnar versus Cody, which, like I said, I think we both said it to where they're just gonna have doing something like that of a strap match or a dog collar match. They strap these two men together and just fucking beat each other from pillar to post.
Right. And Boston, I had to refresh because, yeah, I got Killer Kelly. I don't even know who won the tag match. Who won the tag match?
I was on the pause for the cause.
You had one job, KJ.
You had one duty.
Fire with a roll-up victory on Drowsy. Maybe. How do you feel about this? So it looks like
I said before, I think that they need to unify them. Now, granted, you said that it would be bringing prestige back to the NXT. No, the NXT belts just go away because.
Oh, no. I mean, it just as far as representing talent from NXT, giving them a shine in this moment.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
Clarify. Right.
Alrighty. But no, I think would it be really interesting of as quickly as Ron and Shayna win it, they turn around and lose it just as fast?
No, I don't think so. That's a thing. But I also feel like the other two ladies are really on the come up, and I would love to see them have the belts. But I think they want the name value, and plus Ronda's on this mission, which, listen, I've given her shit for a long time about she doesn't give a fuck about wrestling. If she's actually invested in this, it could work.
That one hand and one in the other and see which fills up quicker of like right? Ronda's not going to be invested in pro wrestling.
She seems like she's got to burn her saddle for this fucking tag division.
Because it's a nice little payday.
Really? Well, I mean, in general.
She ain't going to win a women's title right now. So you're not pushing her as a women's champion right now and expecting that to go over. That'll go over like a fucking.
You're saying the bonus tag women's tag money that can't be much.
It's better than the motivating factor. Oh, think about it. If she ain't doing this, what else is she doing? You're not having Ronda show up, and she's not playing the Natalya role of somebody beats her to get.
No, but that's
match.
A lot of people surmise that she might go home and just kind of chillax. So
and she could. I'm just saying right now she's out here for the money.
She seems invested in this. She really does.
We'll see.
Iron Sheik beating Backlund in my teenage years was huge. Yeah, unbelievable. Like out of left field, the squeakiest of baby faces, Backlund loses to the Iron Sheik.
Yeah, he just said Hatui.
Tug of war. So we got Killer Kelly and Masha Slamovich in a dog collar match. And they're not wasting any time.
Polar opposites. We have Bailey versus Mission, aka Mia Yim. One's I guess the blood and one's a Crip. But we've got that match kicking off as we still have I've got Killer Kelly getting choked up in the ring post right now.
One thing Papa H needs to change about Money in the Bank is simple. Stop the same day, 1 day cash-ins. Play it out. Yeah and no. I like the spontaneity of it. I mean, you can't keep going back to the whale.
When's the last 1 day cash in?
I'm trying to think. I feel like last year there was.
Was there one? Because everybody was just more focused on Austin Theory and if he coulda, shoulda, woulda. And then when he cashed in on the US side, everyone just kind of started scratching their head like this. Like, what the fuck?
Right. I could see Bailey winning this, but I could also see Damage Control. With Kai out of the picture, I mean, I don't know how much they have to push the dissension between Io and Bailey. I personally think Bailey's going to win this.
Fair enough. I kind of
nice. Hurricane Rana.
As much as I want to agree with you, I'll disagree with you, and I'll take me. I refuse to call her Mission, just much like Gunther over Walter. But I'll take me. Just we've got AJ at commentary. I think Io's gonna, unless they do it in that it plays more into the dissension between Damage Control of Io's there and is supposed to win, but say Bailey's also going forward at the same time, any sort of that dissension. I think Io is the lone member from Damage Control in this match, so that's why I'm taking Mission. Sorry.
Okay.
But who are you taking, Killer Kelly or Masha, by the way?
Masha. I took Masha.
Masha.
She's due, man.
What is about Masha?
She's due.
Yeah, she... Well, up until last weekend, GCW World Heavyweight Champion. I think Killer Kelly, honestly, she needs this win more than Masha. Masha has established herself, I feel, a bit
Bailey
more as a wow.
ABC one, thank you. Jonathan Myers in the house. Who had the best match against the Iron Sheik in WWE? Hey, Scarlett.
That jabroni Hulk Hogan.
Oh, whoa. She dusted him.
And then Cross
good
comes up with the Kata Hajime, the reverse chokehold.
Kata Hajime. Well, we got Karrion Kross, got an armful of...
And security didn't do shit.
Well, there's your mixed tag right there. Scarlett and Karrion Kross against Mishin and AJ.
I'm so torn on this. How do you feel about this?
I like it. Karrion Kross needs it. AJ needs something to do. I think it's great.
You think it's great?
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think this has a lot of potential to, a nice rivalry for Karrion Kross, where someone who will legitimately go in the ring, a good amount of heat off what just happened. And if they get it into the ring, I think they'll be all right. I think we're going to get a mixed tag as well, which would be ironic.
To me, it has the potential. I hope they don't fumble it at the goal line. I feel like now, is this in the vein of, for the IWC of Luna here, you can talk about this on the next,
right?
The IWC says and everything. Is this there? What's the story? What's the compelling factor? What draws into here outside of a tarot card here or there? Of is this not
warned AJ
far in the vein of
so a reason enough? Like, so he cuts that promo or they get that pre-tape where he flips the card. That's his shtick. He's decided he's going to target AJ. That's the reason to this story, and now it's playing out. I think it's perfect.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm presenting it. Yeah, it's because it's the same thing to me with like Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's going to do what the fuck Brock Lesnar wants to do. If I'm just mad at you today, I'm going to fucking suplex you.
We don't need some movie scene where they're in the back and they get in a fucking disgruntled agreement, or somebody steps on someone's shoe, but
everyone gets upset when that happens.
Yeah, it's dumb. Karrion Kross had picked the target. He's coming for it. If he can knock off AJ, he's one step closer to climbing the ladder to, be a contender.
Best match: Iron Sheik versus Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, we didn't answer that question.
I say versus that jabroni Hulk Hogan.
You know what? I think the Hogan ones were so compelling at the time, and it was such, good versus evil that it really worked well. Sergeant Slaughter, and I mean, actually, one of my favorite things that ever happened through that story in WWE is when Slaughter defected and became a bad guy. Like, shit. It was really good TV back then for that stuff.
Well, that's allegedly when we had to move the things to a different venue, and it could just be because they couldn't sell the tickets, but that's neither here nor there.
Oh, shit.
But I'm in a commercial for SmackDown, as I've got Masha going for a 2 count. Jason, what up? Charlotte may return, says Alexis. I don't think so. I haven't seen it. I haven't heard about it. Have you?
I haven't heard a whole lot of Charlotte rumors. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen. I just don't know, where would you slot her right now? Like, EQ, where would you think Charlotte Flair should come in and go as far as story goes? Like, who would be her person of interest?
Rhea. That's where I would do.
Right away? Rhea take her out?
No, if you're gonna do it, best I could do with it is you build to SummerSlam, because that was arguably one of the best matches of WrestleMania this year. So that's where you run that back. I think Io wins the Money in the Bank briefcase, and then she cashes in on Asuka. We saw a little bit of tease of that storyline building up with the Waller effect. So if you're going to bring Charlotte back, she slots towards Rhea.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, it's hard to do anything else with Charlotte, right? Just because she is in that upper echelon. So you're kind of stuck.
Well, it's who does Rhea lose to? We're getting with the Rhea Ripley conversation right now at this point, as I've got Killer Kelly got a sleeper hold on Masha. The Kata Hajime, the Coquina clutch. But we're getting in that conversation with Rhea like we are with Roman of who beats Rhea, who beats Roman. Of whoever does that, it's going to be a launching pad 100%.
Well, I mean, yeah, and for me, it's not going to be anytime soon. I think we're going to see a substantial title run. So it's a really hard question to answer. Oh, Masha got the win! Yes.
What?
Masha beats Killer Kelly. I finally got a Masha match right.
Again, I have to go with the Brady Bunch of Masha.
Big win. I like it.
Ooh. Oh. Charlotte Flair put her in collision. Well, no, her hubby's contract's about to expire, so he might leave and go over to WWE.
I'm really curious about this, Nick. I'm really curious when these AEW contracts start expiring, what happens? I'm really curious.
That's going to be the biggest tell, which Kenny, by the way, went up talking about AEW Collision. Alexis is 3-1. Boston saying he's 4-1, so he's adding on matches. Simoni's out here 0-5. Roman's title is ugly. Larry, them's fighting words. But yeah, it's Collision is based on solely right now at this point of the island of misfit toys, of the ones that can't cooperate backstage with the Bucks and the Elite.
They're the fucking special class with the round paper and the non-cutting scissors.
They're the degenerates. It's degeneration. Yeah, but a lot of those guys have contracts that aren't the most renewed, aren't the most up to date. So it'll be interesting. Of should I stay or should I go?
We're getting a new belt, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh,
here comes the ceremony.
Dun, 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 dun.
I don't know what KJ and Nick. I do not know. I did not know you were watching, you were not watching TNA until tomorrow. No, they put it on Friday, my guy. So we're doing double duty right now. Double dip it.
And we still might be here, Saturday. We might have to take a pause here before Tony,
I got plans.
Sentences us to a lifetime of AW collision here on Saturdays and Sunday. You never know when we're going to always pop up and have something to talk about. Right. Whatever's going to happen in the wild world of professional wrestling.
Tomorrow might be.
Why?
Oh, keep going. Keep going.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
Keep going.
That's why you need to hit that bell notification. You need to ring that bell like they do at the start of every match there. Because you never know when we're going to pop up. But go ahead, sir.
Yeah, click that ding ding because we don't know about Sunday yet. But
do the ting ting on the ding ding. Wow.
Yeah, I was just going to crack wise that tomorrow might be like my one of 4 summer days of summer I get.
It's literally, I told you, I told us so, I fucking told us so, I fucking told us so. I'm out.
You said you didn't want them to do it. They made it smaller though.
And I don't see it smaller. I just see it.
Dude, that's considerably smaller. This is why you think I think you need to fix those glasses because you think it's pretty and you think it's the same size as Roman's. Charlotte!
Hey, holy shit. Well, we were just talking about it. And I never would have thought here.
I didn't know. Pierce, I didn't know. My bad. Charlotte,
she's coming out here looking like a goddamn $1 million, but I don't know how to feel. I'm conflicted because I like the Roman belt. I don't like that they just did it with a white strap. They just did the same thing with the women's belts. Like, make them fucking different.
What kills me about these companies, and actually, I know we saw the post, both of us saw the post about like AEW making shitty t-shirts with their new graphics team. Like, you have a committee of people paid good money, like sign me up, good money to create shit, and they're like, let's just make it the same as the other one.
I think at this point,
lazy bastards,
man, or whoever's in charge of making the belts is out there like Bleeding Gums Murphy of just addicted to Fabergé eggs and everything like that. And this is a niche reference. So if you get this, you get Brucey bonus point.
Niche as fuck.
But literally that he's out there just like in a new championship. He's out here opening blind boxes, expecting shit to be different here.
Right.
Like,
but huge cheers for Charlotte, and she looks great. I can hear my my AEW hooded friend right now. Oh, fucking Charlotte. Shut up.
I mean, she's covering up all the right places, and
she looked great.
Thankfully, letting out some of the wrong places, as I've got Chris Sabin coming out right now.
Thumbs up or thumbs down on
she
Charlotte
gets more than a thumbs up, I'll tell you that. Wow.
Boston, he hates her. Sorry, you're on your own. I'm sorry, but I hate Charlotte. Charlotte out here looking like a damn raptor. Like the basketball player?
No, I don't think that. Oscar, well, no, I like Chef's coming out here with a new face.
Oh, wow. Listen to the cheering.
Still, though, Charlotte's out here of get in line. I made the line. Like, this is how you get Charlotte over as a babyface, because she's not fully a babyface and she's not fully a heel. She just knows, I know I'm fucking good at what I do.
She wants the belt. I think Asuka beats her at SummerSlam. And it's a marquee match. When people say, let's do it.
It's a WrestleMania rematch of, think about it. Charlotte was the one who broke Asuka's streak at WrestleMania 34. So 100%, if I'm Asuka, fine. I'll do whatever fucking dirty-handed, sneaky technique I got to do. You're the daughter of the dirtiest player in the game. Well, guess what? He didn't teach you about the Japanese, hidden secrets here.
Woo! Oh, she missed the mist. Charlotte, get there.
She's over 2 on the mist.
That's why she just spits in her hand and rubs it in people's face.
That just
paused.
Captain Sano Asuka shows no mercy.
This is good.
So how do we feel, though? Poll of the audience. Thumbs up, thumbs down. On how do we feel about the new WWE Championship representing Friday Night SmackDown? That is just the white strap version of Roman's belt.
Mm-hmm. I don't love it. I really don't love. I want more. I want you guys like again. What I was saying before Charlotte showed up is you have all the like. Be creative. Do something. You can come up with something like it pays homage to fucking Mae Young or fucking women of the past. Trish, Lita, something that
they are the old women's championship. Where everybody wants to bring back the Golden Eagle, the Big Goldie, everything like that. If we're talking about the women's division, bring back the women's championship. But that's the thing is, I can say this though, I liked it as a Roman's belt because it was unique then. Now, because they're literally just doing like they did of how it's the white strap on the red belt and the white strap on the blue belt, like. Now it gets too muddled. You had the opportunity to do something different.
Oh, yeah.
You can have that. That even what I'm mad.
And that's how I felt about the main title too. You could have gave it a little bit of flair. It's it had 1,000 days, and to me that belt means nothing about doesn't tell us anything about the champion. It's just look at my big fucking giant W. It's a cliffhanger. Paul's amazing. Look, Paul wants his passport and your suit measurements.
That's the thing, though. This is what makes this so great. This is gaslighting with the fucking dial turned all the way up.
Matt, I had a same question about that. Why did she point at the old title twice? She was like, you could put this belt around my waist. We're like, that's not the new one. She's wearing the new one.
She forgot what show she was on. That's what it is. She's like, oh, I'm on Raw, right?
No, because she's like, I prefer the red one. Fuck.
You give me that one.
Oh.
Well, now is she because they never actually took the championship away. So again, is she now a double champ, like how Roman's a triple champ and everything? Does everyone just start collecting?
Well, Adam took the belt back.
Here.
Adam did take this belt back. Yeah. So Adam's getting quite the collection. But Paul working Jay hard, Jay half grinning. This feels too much leaning towards Jay not coming along. A big celebration, getting on a plane.
See, you're not wrong with this. I could very much see this being nothing but dissension to where he turns around and then he can.
Oh, if I'm in the bloodline, that means you out the bloodline.
Jay, I don't think you get to call that.
Jay saying, I'll come back to the bloodline. But Paul, you're gone. You're hitting the bricks. Touch dirt. Let's go.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know.
Sheamus. What's up, guys? Thank God Charlotte Flair's back. See, mixed feelings on Charlotte. Boom. And listen, I know people bring in the Ric Flair thing and it's just your daddy. Her daddy might have put her in the right place, but she showed up and showed out for a decade. And she's been outstanding. In that ring, there's not many, if any, that really hang with Charlotte athletically in the ring. They don't. She's not a great promo. Never loved her promos. But her and Becky, her and Bianca, her and the list goes on of the classic women matches. Her and Sasha that she's brought to the table that people cannot overlook.
She's not good as a baby.
Oh, it's not Sheamus. It's Pete. Man, I'm on fire.
Yeah, it's Pete.
Another commercial break, Nick.
It's Pete versus who? What?
By the way, we got Trey Miguel and, big spear on the apron, Nick, as Trey Miguel is fighting Chris Sabin for the X Division champion, folks.
I was going to say, I know it's called Against All Odds, but they're fighting some odds here going against Friday Night SmackDown with all of the Bloodline storyline. And that's, You've been a proponent of
it drives me nuts.
Impact. Just move your pay-per-view to either a day before or a day after. Like,
I said this to Luna.
don't
Sorry,
do
Nick,
this.
I kind of jumped on you there, but I said to Luna last night, why not, instead of doing it on the Friday, do it in place of your normal weekly episode? You're streaming to access anyway, so just do a pay-per-view. Like if you got to go 2.5 hours instead of 2, but you stack every 5th or 6th weekly show and build up a kind of a momentous one, you're more likely to get more eyes on a Thursday than you are on a Friday.
Yeah, but you lose that sweet fight money.
Do you though?
Do they make enough? Honestly,
I don't know. That's my question, right? Like, eesh. But we are in a commercial break.
An issue too when they did theirs like what, week after week, or like literally there was a week in between. It's a bit like when AW has All In and they're coming back the next week with All Out. It's like, well, hold up, like you just got me for $50 here.
Yeah, I still don't love the decision to have them so close together. I don't quite understand what the mindset was here. I don't.
I can tell you the mindset.
Oh, Saban locking Trey Miguel up. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen.
Absolutely. You take a pause for the cause here. As Larry's even pointing out, BRB AFK. Well, I think KJ just went AFK. But yeah, how are you going to leave a comment if you're AFK? What? Butch for the win. Charlotte will go down as one of the best female wrestlers ever. She's fantastic. Yeah, she's 100%. She's one of the top, and there's the reason there's the 4 horsewomen of MMA. There's the 4 horsewomen of professional wrestling. 100% of, if you're looking at pro wrestling and you're looking at female competitors, Sasha, Charlotte, Becky, and Bayley are your 4 pillars, if we want to use the AEW term, when it comes to anything like that. As Miguel trying to choke out Saber right now. Butch over Pete Dunne. Oh, Butch is less than. Okay, I read that backwards. Yeah, no, Pete Dunne. And everybody thought that we got the rumor that we were going to go back to Pete Dunne. And so far, we've yet to. So, yeah, well, I liken that to how everybody thinks that Ilya is going to end up being part of Imperium. No, I'd rather see Walter Gunther versus Ilya versus seeing them partners, and then we get the dissension like we're getting right now with the Bloodline. I think it's unanimous. Butch is winning this one for sure. Absolutely. Kevin, KJ White, Big Nate, Pete Dunne. Fair enough. So everybody's taking Pete Dunne or Butch and or the third. WWE will end in the same old as last time. Richard, I don't know what you on at times, my guy. I appreciate you constantly showing up, but you need to share whatever you are on, because I would like 2 of them and just to not be on stream for the night, because I feel like you're just watching wrestling on a different planet than we are. Speaking of Richards, Money in the Bank triple threat, Asuka, Bianca, Charlotte. Asuka wins. Bianca goes into a feud with Charlotte for cutting the line. That's interesting, because we've had Bianca right now just eyeing down Adam Pearce here. And there's the whole talk of Bianca starting to move towards being a heel character, her and both the Street Profits, especially Montez Ford, which is interesting when they're about to have allegedly a reality show on Hulu. But hey, we've got Carmelo and Trick in attendance, and 2 guys who 100% should be on the roster, not just sitting on the sidelines, is Carmelo and Trick. If you are not watching NXT, then come and watch it with us, because we're here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling. We're here every Tuesday night covering NXT. But I do like this, and this to me, again, this sets up to where Butch wins this, because Corbin's out here. We're gonna have Carmelo and or Trick cost Corbin here and set up more of that match, that feud going on. But with Nick Khan's statements about how they want to view NXT, of it might be kind of this in between and a bit more of they're trying to really start to develop this back as its own brand versus, it's just an afterthought. It's going to be nice because they have enough guys that they can slide up, and it's also a nice little soft landing spot for a lot of these guys, like whether it be Corbin, whether it be Ali, whether it be Apollo, whether it be Dana Brooke. Then it's that nice little soft landing spot, whether it be Dolph Ziggler, that they can kind of refresh themselves for a hot minute. But that was long-winded. Boston saying Carmelo and Trick will be involved in the outcome of this match to further the Corbin feud. There you go. Great minds think alike, sir. Since when was the Money in the Bank contract for any and all titles? I feel like it kind of always was. It's just now they have to amplify that because Austin Theory cashed in for the U.S. title versus actually going after a world title. Carmelo interferes. What the hell? Corbin loses his outfit in airport luggage. What's up with the shirt, boys? No, he's going into this more. Oh, I'm an actual athlete. I want to see Corbin go into what he really pretty much portrays on social media as big old drop kick from Pete Dunne. Step up Enziguri in the corner. I feel like this is going to be a squash and a half. Another Enziguri. But if Corbin was tornado DDT, but if Corbin was more of that dick who was out there cooking filet mignon and tomahawk steaks and smoking, aged cigars and drinking fine whiskey and everything like that, if he was just, I'm the, gentleman's gentleman type of gimmick, I think that would work fantastically versus, honestly, pretty much anything that they've done with him. It goes back to let him kind of just be him, just with the volume turned up versus, oh, you're the lone wolf. You're out here with the skullet and you just stand alone. Another step of Enziguri from Pete Dunne. As Sabin right now rolling in the ring, about to, looks like clothesline Miguel here. Do they push Corbin here? No, this is 100% Pete Dunne wins this as we've got joint manipulation. Richard saying Baron Corbin wins. Again, wild accusations. I kind of wish Baron Corbin bring back his old music, End of Days. That was one of my favorite WWE theme musics. Well, how often do you just get hung up on a person's theme music versus where they are as a character? Because everyone still wants Broken Dreams for Drew. Oh, Corbin goes for the clothesline and Dunne rolls it into what the fuck? What kind of, he rolled into a halfway armbar / he swept the leg and no Carmelo or Trick interference of he literally just beat Baron Corbin clean as a whistle, as official as a referee whistle. Pete Dunne rolls through with an armbar and then hooks Corbin's back leg for a 3 count. Oh, this does nothing to help Corbin and thus in turn does nothing to help Carmelo, I feel. Granted, I do like a Dream Crusher shirt, but that's neither here nor there. Oh, Corbin throwing hands with Trick, and now Carmelo hops the guardrail. Why not do this in the match and then you build up of, you still lay some credibility on Corbin, you still get a bit of heat on him of, oh, he's actually a threat here of, oh, see, he can still go, of he's still not, just a pushover. Instead, he jobs clean to Butch, by the way, not Pete Dunne. He jobbed clean to Butch and then now takes the shots at
my friend, I gotta humbly disagree. The announcers called it. He was distracted. He was focused more on Carmelo. He catches a roll up, and then you get the blaming and the finger pointing. So Baron gets caught being silly, looking past Pete Dunne. It costs him now, him and Carmelo getting a scrap. Carmelo's a babyface. He's not going to jump in the ring and get involved mid-match or get.
He got jumped. He got jumped on NXT. Of course he fucking should. You're going to sit there and tell me that Baron Corbin, a professional wrestler who's been out there with nobody doing nothing but jeering him and everything. He is distracted because two people are at ringside. Because two people are at ringside. He can't handle it. He's that soft. He's that mentally weak.
Yeah. He was unfocused, and Pete Dunne rolled him up. Now we get Pete Dunne and Escobar in Money in the Bank, which someone earlier said.
I'm not mad at that.
A lot of spots. Oh, PCO. I love it. Love it. The tank is back.
Shotzi coming out with the tank, but
yeah, I'm okay. Like, Corbin's been taking losses in the WWE. I don't think he should have been involved in the qualifier, but definitely, again, that NXT logo being on the TV was all they want to do. They're going to build up this brand, and I believe when they build it back up and there's some buzz around it, they might move it back to Wednesdays. Hold on tight.
Oh, strap on and strap in. And I don't disagree with you that Corbin was not going to win and that they were trying to build up the NXT storyline. I feel like they could have drawn it better.
No, I thought it was good. I know we can disagree on that, but I felt like it was good. He was being cocky, he was being arrogant, and he got caught being stupid, taking his eye off the ball.
So then I'll ask you this: as I've got a commercial on SmackDown, and I've got a blackout, I guess right now on
Money's with
Against All Odds. But do you feel that if they did it with Baron Corbin, if they played more into him just being this arrogant asshole of like, I'm out here eating T-bone steaks and drinking vintage whiskeys,
I don't know
smoking cigars, if that might be better than whatever the fuck this is now?
No, because what they were doing with him on Tuesday was perfect. Like, the promo he cut on Tuesday was beautiful, and it was just like you described. Like, he was coming out, I made this place. I'm a top guy. I'm fuck all of y'all, and that's what they're building towards, is that focus between him and Carmelo. So I agree with you. They need to do it more, and they are doing it more.
But you do that and then have him job clean.
But he wasn't. It's not a clean job, and the announcers did a great job of explaining what people were supposed to take from it, right? And again, we've seen it before where, whether it's a bad guy or a good guy, you get caught looking at your next opponent, you get caught looking at the guy you're in a beef with, you get arrogant, you feel like you got the match won, and you get caught. I'm perfectly okay with it.
Well, it's not like he got. I guess that's where I would disagree with that. If I don't want the commentary team to tell me,
I want them to do that. That's their job, actually. That's what they do.
With that being said, they should still convey the story, but I
they
don't
did.
Need to tell them. I don't need to tell them how I should feel after finish of in the ring. They should tell me how I should feel. That's exactly what we
witnessed happen. We witnessed Baron Corbin looking over and being an asshole, and he got caught for it. That's what I witnessed happen. Maybe you were talking to the chat and missed it, but he wasn't paying attention. Like he didn't have his eye on the prize, so he loses.
I'll have to go back and rewatch that.
EO for the win. EO for the win. I got Mike Bailey coming out. Right now, we're getting the 841. If you guys want to make a prediction on this one, by the way, yes, new X Division champion. I think Nick was on a heater and didn't throw that out there. But yes, Sabin, in a really good match with Trey Miguel, is the 9-time, and I'm not going to say it 9 times, but the 9-time Impact champion. And one of my faves coming out to the ring right now in Impact, PCO, the Canadian Frankenstein. Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes destroys Corbin, and Corbin goes a major losing streak. He needs to take time off and go back. Yeah, I'd like to have him come back as a lone wolf. I think you could do something with Corbin. Will Corbin beat Carmelo? I don't know. So it's really interesting what going down to NXT will turn for Corbin. How do you build Corbin? Unless they don't give a fuck about Corbin, and maybe they do let him go away. Maybe Carmelo beats him, goes over, looks good, and then Corbin finds something else. I don't know. Corbin is, look, there he is. Oh, and Cameron Grimes is here. What the fuck? So see, they're building up. Corbin just down on his fucking luck. I don't know, guys. I don't get it. Insult to injury. Or injury to insult at this point. I got Io Sky for the win, if anybody was wondering. 5-3, Alexis. One of my favorite entrances in wrestling as well. I love it. I love the look. So we've already seen Bayley qualify. So I think Io's perfect for this spot. And if her and Bayley have to meet within the Money in the Bank, that will be the ultimate demise of Damage Control. This is a public announcement. Has anyone seen Tegan Nox? No. Put her on a milk cart. Put her on Trish Stratus's t-shirt. We found Becky Lynch really quick when you put the missing ad on Trish. So let's put Tegan Nox on Trish's t-shirt and see if we can find her. I remember the Iron Sheik's Persians Club, right? Going old school, Larry. I like it. Shotzi for the I or the L. Is that an L? Punk had a pretty melt. Punk had a patty melt for dinner. All right, Scott. I'll take your word for it. Io Sky getting the early advantage. Zoe Stark is here. Meh. By the way, Nick, I have to disagree with you on the Sheik's best matches. Sergeant Slaughter had way better matches with the Sheik than Hogan. There you go, big dog. Right now, we're getting the 8 men in the ring for the 8-4-1 match. So it's starting off. I think it's Aldis, Gresham, Bully, Heath against Speedball, Rich Swann, PCO, and Moose. I've got the Aldis. I got Aldis for the win as well. I'm with you, Boston. Liv Morgan cashed in on Ronda Rousey last year at the Money in the Bank. Thank you, Larry. Is Smokey in PA? Yeah, Heather. Smokey everywhere. Toronto, Smokey. Quebec is Smokey. PA, New York, New Jersey. There's a lot of smoky places right now. It's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. So I hope everyone out there is staying happy and staying safe. And as cliche as this might sound, folks, live life to the fullest. Put a smile on your face. Find a reason to be happy. And as long as it's not fucking up someone else's day, be happy. Find what makes you feel good and go for it. What's up, Heather? I know I kind of went backwards on this. Everything is relatively okay in Canada at the moment, depending on where you are, I guess. Shotzi with a tope. Poppin' Io. PCO for the win. All right, Alexis, I like it. I like it. Corbin winning NXT title anytime soon would be butt ugly. Yeah, I don't love it. I don't love it. So, again, I don't see it happening. Carmelo's been on a heater. Nick's right. Carmelo's been outstanding. So, I'm all for it. I'm okay with it. Oh, no, I'm not okay with it. I don't want Corbin to take that W in any way, shape, or form. Io wins. LOL. It was an L. My bad. Okay, there you go. There you go. All right, Bayley causing trouble for Shotzi. Io with the moonsault. And Shotzi is done like dinner. So there you go. Io and Bayley are now in your Money in the Bank. Who been on? We got some stuff going on with the Bloodline. We've had some Money in the Bank qualifiers. We've seen Carmelo Hayes here. And listen, let's get it straight. I know me and Nick can debate about how the finish all went. Neither one of us are wrong. But at the end of the day, this is all about putting that NXT logo on your most popular show. We've had references to NXT several times. They're building within. And I know a lot of the people who hate watching and find everything wrong with the WWE, but they just quietly keep doing their thing, keep knocking down wins, keep being successful. I'm good with it. I really am. So Io puts up a W. LA Knight holds it for a bit, then attacks Rollins from behind, cashes in, and fails. I don't want to see LA Knight fail. Austin Theory not happy. Oh, maybe. Austin Theory was the last person to know, and he's actually cutting a pretty hard promo right now. I hate to see it. I think Bailey might screw EO over. Yeah, when push comes to shove, they'll probably get to the top of the ladder and Bailey chucks her off and oh my God. Wow. So Austin Theory saying, hey, Paul Heyman, you looking for a new client? Hook me up. Let me reach out. Interesting, folks. The layers keep just getting added on. I don't know what to tell you with that one. Big Dog. Dakota Kai is back. No, Richard. Big Dog, what makes you think? I mean, she is Japanese. We'll call that touche. Tabernacle. 7-1, says Boston. I don't know how bad it is where you are, KJ, but down in Kentucky, we've had air quality alerts 3 days in a row from fires up there. How bad is it there? There's places that are super thick. They're telling certain neighborhoods, certain areas, do not go out. I mean, there's pictures where you cannot see the CN Tower, real orange hue to the sky. It's really surreal. It's really crazy times, guys. And that's why I said it. As cliche as it is, love somebody, hug somebody, put a smile on your face, be in a good place because shit on fire, legitimately. Paul Heyman is out of the bloodline. He will go back to Brock Lesnar and then Brock run through everybody on Raw and SmackDown. I am telling you that's not a fact or a prediction. It is going to happen, which would then make it a fact. I don't see that happening. If Paul Heyman steps away from Roman, I think we'll see Paul Heyman be quiet for a little bit. And then we'll see what happens with Paul Heyman. Could Paul Heyman work a guy like Austin Theory? Yeah. I think Paul Heyman could do a lot for an Austin Theory. Is it my first thought when I think Paul Heyman guy? No, but he's cocky, arrogant, upcoming. Gives him a whole lot of edge. But it's just a nice little, like you see all the games that Paul's playing with Jay. Now Jay's playing some games back. Now Austin Theory's chiming in, really kind of layering it on of, oh shit, what is going to happen here? There's no way Roman gives up Paul. There's no way that this is going to work. Jay's just fucking with them. So we'll see. 6-3. There you go. 6-3 for Alexis. What's up with Roman Reigns? We have not seen Roman Reigns this eve. We have seen Jay Uso. We haven't seen Jimmy either. But Jay is taking on Austin Theory for the U.S. title tonight, as set up and arranged by Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Mike Bailey just kicked Bully Ray in the side of the goddamn head. Bully down like a tree. More like a big bush, but whatever. I'm on a stake. I'm on a streak so far. Got every call on SmackDown so far. All right, big dogs. Got to be in the chat to count. AEW ratings 903. So up 2 weeks in a row. You have announcements about Punk. You have announcements surrounding Collision. And we're seeing upticks. We really are, guys. It's something to consider. It wasn't my favorite episode of Dynamite last week. But yeah, I mean, Tony's using these. I don't know how the quarterlies break down. I'll have a better opinion when I hear the quarterlies, but I think that's it. We got to be honest with things. And right now, I said this earlier, guys, AEW's in a really interesting time in their company's history. Sammy's back. So weird. Oh, there's KO. Fuck the draft. I love it. I love it. But AEW is in a very interesting spot. AEW over the next few months, I said this summer is going to be huge. You got Wembley. He's got to deliver on it. You got to give us a better card for Forbidden Door. You got to give us a better card for All Out and All In than you did for Double or Nothing. The pressure's on. And like I said, love or hate the WWE, the numbers don't lie. They are just cruising along, setting records, having big nights, doing big things. and their fan base in the building. Like, when was the last time you saw a picture of a WWE star in the ring? And by the way, every tag team in the company is here or on SmackDown. Don't hold your breath. Raw tag teams could show up. Kevin Owens losing it again. I can't take it. I can't take it. I can't take it. All right. Folks, I know I was on a rant about AEW, but LA Knight Neo, I'm taking Becky Lynch and Logan Paul. If he's in it. I get to change my mind. If he's not in it, it's LA. I might agree with you. So next week, there will be a gauntlet match to figure out the number one contenders for the tag titles. There you go, folks. KO, your thoughts on AEW's playing? Is its tank on E, or are they simply losing one of two of their engines? I love it. And then we're getting a little package for Grayson Waller. And right now, Moose just gets a 2 count in his match. They're not on E. And when you have that much of a bankroll behind you, that was one of the most exciting things about AEW coming to fruition, was that you had legit money. You know, Impact can't compete on that financial scale. Other program, MLW, you go through the list, they just financially can't battle the giant that is the WWE. But Tony came in with a bankroll, so his tank's not on E. They're not just going away. People are like, oh, they're going to be out of business, they're going to be gone. They got a lot of back end support financially. They'll be okay. Tony seems to be very happy spending his $1 billion. Speaking of
back end support, pause.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, here with Tony, yeah, right now I think they've blown at least one engine, and they got to correct this, because as your fan base is fighting with itself, as your fan base is becoming more toxic, as your fan base is deterring people, like Nick said, away from your product, and your weekly show and your recent pay-per-view isn't supporting the interest, the WWE is going to do what they always did. Just start collecting all their fans back. Thank you.
AEW's fan base, I feel like, is very much that meme of like the person that's riding on a bike and they put a fucking stick into their own spokes and then they fucking curse to the heavens that someone else did it to them.
1 second, Nick. I did want to let people know that Jonathan Gresham picked up the pinfall in the 8-man match. We are down to a fatal 4-way. Gresham, Aldis, Heath, and Bully.
I got 50-50 odds here.
I'm still on Aldis.
Fair enough. But we've got coming up next, as we're about to go into commercial break, we've got Austin Theory versus main event Jey Uso. And boy, howdy, is this bloodline story just nice and spicy.
It really is. It's got layers.
It's that nice little kick in the back of your throat to remind you, hey, you're watching pro wrestling. This is why you tune into this shit.
How do you feel about the little added nugget of Austin Theory just saying, hey, Paul, I'm here.
You and all your key nuggets. But I think it would be interesting, and I feel like you might have mentioned, or somebody's mentioned this before, of if there's a bloodline, but it's not an actual bloodline, it's more of either hired guns, or we get kind of a new version of almost new world order.
New news.
Yeah, to where we get, say, maybe an Austin Theory's involved, maybe a Logan Paul's involved. We get all the heels, all the little schmarmy, little pay attention to me heels, all in one faction.
Yeah, we could. We really could. I hate to break your heart, guys. Becky Lynch is going to win the Money in the Bank. It's done. It's a thing.
No. Who's she face?
Well, she could go after either. The only reason
after Rhea, Becky versus Rhea.
Why not? What's wrong with Becky and Rhea?
I'm not saying anything's wrong with it, but I feel like if
Why
you're going
not?
to do that. You don't need the Money in the Bank. You build that on its own. You have Io, who you get Charlotte and Asuka going at it,
I
and
don't
Io just
know.
throws herself into the mix there.
I don't know if they want Io running around with the Money in the Bank for their own reasons, and I do think Becky
Who
Lynch.
says she's running around with it? We've talked about how people could cash it in the same night.
Well, let's say she does, but I don't see that. I don't see her taking either belt the night of. I mean, could she beat surprises and beat Asuka the night of? Well, it depends on how it shapes up. The only knock on my theory is that Becky could be setting up for Trish at at SummerSlam. So
Right.
maybe Starks and Trish fuck Becky out of it. I think Becky's going to win it.
Fair enough. But as I've got, well, all this was just thrown around Gresham like he was a grown child. Of literally,
Man.
You haven't seen a human being get thrown around like that. Like, you are a child of playing amongst men right now.
Well, last night it was Moose and Gresham, and it looked like never mind. But it
the big brother showing up with the little brother of these are the guys who made fun of me. You kick their ass, Seabass. You do it now.
Yeah. And no offense. I mean, the guy's a great technical wrestler. It's just hard to get behind where he goes to an ankle lock and the guy's shoe is too big to grab on.
Isn't it so funny though? Because a guy like Taz is a guy who was of the same height, same kind of almost style, even, and they turn around, and so next week we're getting that.
No, 3 weeks away from we're getting a women's title match. 2 weeks from now we're getting. Look, they're selling us on future shows.
I can dig it. I broke my setup, but yes, I can dig it.
Wow. Mixed tag match next week.
Hey,
yay. And they literally nicked it.
As KJ said, so be foretold.
Right. But did you see what they did? They literally did 3 weeks from now, 2 weeks from now, and 1 week from now. They're selling you on all of June. Right? Like, just as far as some decent marquee matches going through the month.
I like it, seeing how the other company has shows announced all the way through August that you don't even know what's going to happen. But next week, folks, Roman Reigns returns. Your tribal
I actually kind of think that hurts the show to tell us that. I didn't know Roman wasn't coming tonight. Why would you tell me midway through the show? Yeah, the top dog ain't coming.
That is a valid point. That is a very valid point.
Oh, Demar's here and he's arguing with Bully.
Demar looks like a pissed off usher.
No, not the one from.
I told you this is your seat, sir. Take your seat.
Not the one from So Def. That usher.
No, he's not LA Knight out here saying yeah.
We're gonna get a Scott D'Amore Bully Ray match.
I'm here for it though, and I feel like you and Luna can have fun watching that because that's when that'll happen on a Thursday.
Oh no, he's in the ring. Zigzag Gresham.
Is that a tadpole splash? We've had a bullfrog splash, a frog splash. Is that a tadpole splash from Gresham?
Oh no, it's not. Aldis breaks up the pin. I thought
he's doing it for the kids, going for a pin count on Aldis here for a 2 count.
Becky wins Money in the Bank. Alexis is with me.
Yeah,
it's 6-9, 6 out of 9. What? No, fingers up. Theory for the win, but not clean. Yeah, this one has all the potential for shenanigans and tomfoolery.
But see, this is where I really like your point of, if you told me that Roman's not going to be here. Now, granted, is it a bigger surprise? Is it a bigger sell when Roman does show up? But the fact that you've already planted that seed that he ain't here, he ain't in attendance.
Well, you notice, and I said halfway through, I have to stand corrected. Tonight has gone so fast, guys. Then that for me and Nick, and I don't want to speak on your behalf, but it's always been a tell of how the show had gone that night. If we feel like we've been here all night and it's slow, it makes for a long night. But when the night is on fire, we got 15 minutes left. They tell us
theoretically be the main event.
It is the main event.
It is. Okay.
We got nothing left.
Confirmed the main event.
Yes.
Confirmed. Okay.
2 count. Heath almost beats Aldis.
But yeah, no, this shows you again. Think about everything that we've gone through, that we've thought about, that we've felt, that we've talked about through tonight, versus we tune into even a Monday night, a Wednesday night. And you're like, I feel like there's a lot of shit on Friday night I kind of want to talk about. Like, Friday night has really established itself as the prominent night when it comes to pro wrestling, I feel.
Representing the Usos, not the Bloodline. Juicy.
Ooh.
Oh, big elbow from Aldis, by the way. We will take your predictions. Who are you taking in this match tonight? Austin Theory. And yes, Radnick, I agree with you. No matter what happens in this match, Austin Theory has a really good chance to shine.
Well, absolutely. Well, Jey Uso, we've seen, is a guy that can really work, obviously, main event Uso, but it's going to be so interesting because I feel like we still end up where Heyman's there and Jay's there, and no one really leaves the bloodline outside of maybe Jimmy. But we've had this whole setup to where if Jay's in, Paul's out.
Sorry, Nick. We got a winner. Real quick. Nick Aldis picks up the win.
Interrupt the Nick for Nick. What?
Yeah, right. And Radnick.
Nick's all around. What? As fucking commercial break. What?
Yeah, of course. Jey Uso for the win. Becky
Sorry, go ahead. You were announcing the winner of
the
8-4-1 match.
Yeah, so Nick Aldis is your new number one contender. They've been setting this up, so it will be Nick Aldis versus the winner of Alex Shelley and Steve Macklin. Most would assume that Steve Macklin is a heavy favorite, but Chris Sabin won a title tonight, so who knows?
Well, see, I had still heard it, seen, and still saw it advertised as like the winner's taking on essentially Josh Alexander at Slammiversary.
Oh, that would be interesting if he could make it back.
Well, and that's the thing is you and Luna are the Impact experts.
I don't know. I feel like he hasn't been gone long enough, considering the injury and the surgery and all that fun stuff. I think Macklin's going to headline. As far as I know, that's what this was setting up Macklin and Aldis for Slammiversary.
Which, again, would still be a fantastic match. Like, I'm not balking at that. It's going to be interesting of if and when Alexander's able to come back and how we fold that in here. Speaking of folds, so I've got Macklin of, at least it looks like his forehead fold that we saw has at least healed enough.
His forehead awning that he developed?
Right, yeah. He was out there looking like, I can't remember their name, but like the always sad and depressed dog from like Looney Tunes.
Oh shit, I forgot about the next match coming up on Impact. We are on a commercial break for SmackDown and in the main event, folks. Larry's taking Theory, but we're getting Trinity and Deonna Purrazzo taking on Savannah Evans and Giselle
Shaw.
Yeah,
and that's surprisingly your main event for against all odds. Wait, why?
No. We got the main event. We got the title match coming on, my friend.
Hello, my friend.
We're going
Macklin versus Shelley.
Yeah, okay. We were just talking about that.
Well,
what's all around goes around.
What comes around is all around, Ricky. I thought that might have been on a different show here. I thought if you're going to have an 8-4-1, 3 + 3 = 9 match, that would have been your final conclusion.
It's for a number one contendership, so I understand why it isn't. And it's, generally, a lot of companies still put the title matches in the main event.
Fair enough.
Theory for the win, not clean. Got that one. Got all those. One of two. Follow-up question. WBD.
Warner Brother Discovery.
Yeah, we're the ones asking TK for the third show. Now they're the ones asking TK for the show with AEW doing the ratings it's doing. Means WBD is happy with its ratings. Yeah, they're seemingly content with the numbers.
No, JV, you and I know for a fact have talked about this off screen and everything like that. I feel like this is Warner Brothers have pretty much saying, no, we're going to recruit our fucking ratings here. Of you're going to do what we want here. We're going to try and actually get some ratings out of this Saturday show, despite you running dark and dark elevation.
Well,
out of that has no benefit to us. You already run Ring of Honor that has no benefit to us. Dynamite's already starting to lose ratings.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to recruit this shit out of what we put into you through a Saturday show.
Crowd is loud. Jay going
for control.
But yeah, you know what, Nick?
You
might not be wrong. And then the thing is, if Warner Brothers Discovery runs the way we assume they run, like a proper big business, and they're paying attention to kind of their products, and they look and they go, hey, Tony, we noticed here the ratings took a fucking tailspin. Like they dropped. And now you're floating around here. Is there any theory what changed? They might not watch the weekly show as WBD execs, but they're watching the numbers. And that's what they all do with big business, right? And when numbers dip, people want answers. And when they say, well, it was this guy. Well, why isn't this guy on the show? Well, you guys heard the fight. Now they're going, well, we got to get this guy back. And the only way to do it, apparently, was a new show. So it's interesting. It's also interesting.
Oh, I was going to say, and you hit check and mark right there with all of that. This is, how can we still get the draw? How can we still get the ratings? Granted, we're still going to handicap it because Tony's buddies, but it's one of those of, you got to make good on your fucking contract. And so far, I don't know if AW really has. If even with All Access, if think about it, they sold All Access as their,
mm-hmm.
Total Divas. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Joe Hendry, for reminding me of what Total Divas was.
3 Nicks and a pear tree. Pause.
Pause. Yeah.
3 Nicks is not a pair, smile mark.
But 100%, if you now, I think this is Warner saying, all right, well, because you had the rumors of, oh, we're going to renegotiate your TV deal and we're going to add this and that and everything. That never came to pass. So now you're going to get rid of your free shit and you're going to put all of your content on our stuff because you owe us what you said.
Ref bump. Sorry, Nick.
No, you're good. I got Uso going on the top and the crowd's rising up with him.
Ribbit?
No, that's a Uso splash. 3, 4.
Oh, they're ringing the bell.
5,
who rang the bell?
6, 7, 8.
Did someone just ring the bell, or was that just me like making a racket in my own place?
Both.
Oh, Pretty Deadly's here.
Oh, that's. Hey, you wanted a faction with Pretty Deadly. You talked about it with Seth. You talked about it with Theory.
Oh, Jimmy! We got Jimmy! Super kick! That's a deadly super kick.
Well, at this point, hey, and it doesn't need to explode when he hits it either.
No explosions. Solo!
No fireworks, no firecrackers. Solo shows up and just lays out Jimmy.
On site, bro. On site.
When I see you. It's on site, my guy.
Oh, Jay with the save.
This is 100% reminiscent of him.
Oh, shit.
Oh, and Jimmy super kicked Jay. And this is where you're going to get that dissension because that was 100% the same way that Jay saved Sammy.
Wait. Yeah. Shit.
Theory picks up the win because apparently the ref didn't give a fuck or saw any of that.
He didn't. He just woke up in time.
Right.
They were being picky, but yeah. Jimmy cost Jay the U.S. title.
Yes. Sorry. I almost forgot Big Nick, the king of pause style.
Pause style.
No, we're out here like the Wu-Tang Clan. We're out here with the Shaolin style.
J1. Richard, turn your TV on, big guy.
Right. There he went. Yes. 9-1. Oh, that means there's a potential, folks. There's a potential for a new champion out there.
That's dumb. What specifically is dumb? I'm okay with all of what just happened, and I kind of predicted some of it, so I feel pretty good about it.
I don't mind it because guess what? Not everything's meant to be a payoff tonight.
Yeah, but it's a bit of a payoff. You can now Roman's back next week.
It's the next chapter.
Roman shows up next week.
People are learning to read. Of you remember when you read a good book or when you had some good fucking storyline. Of people aren't used to this anymore. Wait, this isn't shit. I don't get a payoff next week.
Binge watch
this doesn't matter after tonight. No, this actually carries on.
No, I mean, again, you carry on the story, and then what happens next week, right? Roman shows up, says to Jay, Jimmy kicked you in the face, man. Jimmy cost you the title, man.
Well, I gave
you that title shot.
We absolutely. I was going to say right now we've got Heyman and Solo eyeing down Jay in the ring with Jimmy standing behind him, just looking all sorts of defeated here.
It's a really that's an interesting question. We'll come back to that.
Heyman's starting to look more and more like a dude out of the fucking haunted mansion out here. Of this man's eyes are sunken in. Like I don't get all of the red and we're getting Jimmy trying to get up Jay. We're getting a so.
Oh, get off me, Jimmy!
Jay says, nah, you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at.
That is exactly what I'm mad at, actually. Forget you, forget them, forget. Oh, wait. Oh,
he's gonna leave with Solo and Paul. He's gonna leave with Solo and Paul.
Walk by him. Walk by him. Stare him down and just keep going, bro.
Leave with him. Even Paul's saying, "Hey, I told you, we set this up."
I'm sorry.
He's doing literally. You can have that.
I'm sorry. It was him. Jay pissed.
Oh, Jay just you said it.
Y'all.
Just walks off past everybody. But look at the smirk on Heyman as he instantly turns around and picks up the phone to talk to Roman.
He's smiling because he got exactly what he wanted, right? He got Jimmy in hot water. He made Jimmy look bad.
The master chess master chess player.
Listen, if we could get Jimmy to win the title or Jay to win the title, we could use that to pull him in. But now this works out to our advantage anyway. Because like you said, playing chess, not checkers.
Right. And we've got Trinity and Kiana versus Savannah and Kiana or Giselle Shaw. Sorry, as we've got Street Profits versus Brawling Brute versus LWO versus God knows who on other team.
Next week.
We've also got the intergender, the mixed tag team match that you called next week, and we've got Roman Reigns returning next week.
Yeah, next week is stacking up to be a very, very nice SmackDown as we edge closer and closer to Money in the Bank.
I know we did this before as like a ratings or a ranking show on the channel and everything, and how for the longest time, despite what some people would be led to believe, of AW led, especially Dynamite led that for a long time. I
should go through the archive and count how many in a row Dynamite won.
Right. Well, I was going to say, I think that streak might be challenged right now of how many times SmackDown has been the show you tune into, the show you can't miss, the show that I know what happens at the end of the week, but no matter what, you're still spending the rest of your week talking about it.
Right. No, you're not wrong. And I mean, dude, for me, it's been interesting. It's been compelling. The numbers support it. The overall success of the show supports it. And I know some of the naysayers are going to poke holes in some of this, but let's be real, guys. I mean, it was a good show. It was worth watching. It flew by. I couldn't believe we were in the main event already. And here's another aspect of it. People, Roman wasn't there. Boo-hoo. So they put on a banger show without their biggest name. Okay. See you next week when the biggest name comes back up.
And so now when he does show up next week, it's just going to deliver even more, and it carries that ambiance, that situation behind it. I see what you said there that goes to the title of.
Right? What
We'll
did
have
I
to go
say?
back and fact check that.
I said Jimmy was going to super kick Jay and mess up his match. Ghostly, I'm right there with you, buddy. I love it. I mean, I expected it, and it kind of played out the way we thought. I know. Why is Pretty Deadly here? Because they're trying to. I think Pretty Deadly fits with Austin Theory pretty good. If they keep fucking with Austin Theory, I think it's all right for them three to hang out.
Well, and a lot of these people like almost don't want people that get called up to actually show up on the roster, like we saw it with. We're getting Isla Dawn and Alba Fire that might be unifying the belts with Ronda.
No, they made it official.
Fair enough. But even then on Monday Night Raw, to where we had Katana Chance and Caden Carter. I finally got through their names without making it sound like a strip club.
Mm-hmm.
But we have Grayson Waller, who's constantly having the Waller effect on Friday Night SmackDowns. So they've got to integrate some of this newer talent into the main roster.
Yeah, it's a work in progress, and they just keep getting they just keep doing all right. So, but a part of this is that we're rewinding the tape. I do like the fact that if you do it the way they did it tonight, where people say, "Well, just go back and watch the tape." Jay has a pretty good idea that Jimmy didn't kick him on purpose. When even if he does, let's say, watch the tape, you don't have to kayfabe it too hard, because it's not the argument of like, you kicked me. It was, you shouldn't have been out there. You shouldn't have got involved. You messed up my shit.
Because, why did you need to be out there? I had this.
Yeah. So it's more than just, oh, you kicked me, I'm mad at you.
Right. As I've got Rampage kicking off right now, if anyone cares. And I've still got, right now I've got all 4 women down on Impact.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I liked it, guys. And by all means, get your ratings in. Let me know how you're feeling. I enjoyed this one. 8.5 out of 10. I think I might not go 8.5. I think I'll just go solid 8 tonight. It was my favorite show of the week.
Okay. Oh, that's not debatable. That's not debatable. That's not just, you can't argue that right now, I feel.
Gilly's giving it 5 because it's Charlotte Flair. I give it a bonus mark. I'm going to change my mind and give it a 9. No, I give it an 8. But Charlotte coming back is a good thing. It's like certain people we just like, fuck her. But I mean, I don't get why there's so much hate.
Well, we've got Big Dog out here saying, "Amen, Gilly, go home, Charlotte, and stay there." No.
But she's
meanwhile, he gives SmackDown an 8 out of 10.
I'm giving 8 out of 10. Okay. 2 frou-frou dolls cost SD those 2 points. Ken and Barbie. Oh, big dog going with that. Saying Pretty Deadly cost them the points. I don't mind.
He was saying us of, all right, so which one's Ken and which one's Barbie?
Want to go for a ride? Pause. SmackDown, 10 out of 10.
What is your pausing style?
Right? I don't know why Charlotte's good. But Deanna, I'm pretty sure they got the win here, but now there's a beating happening to Deanna.
Well, I was going to say, what? Oh. Sometimes Impact just does too much.
Was Raw good this week? I enjoyed Raw this week, I thought. Yeah, I think I gave Raw a 7, though. 7 and 7.5, maybe. I don't know.
Was it better than SmackDown? No.
I don't think so. I really liked the SmackDown. It went super fast.
Monday Night Raw was not better than NXT, let alone better than SmackDown.
I'm trying to remember. But no. Oh, I mean, we got the main event, Damian Priest. Yeah, I think I gave it a 7.
If you're having to try and remember fucking tells me.
I don't think NXT was great this week. Did I? No, I didn't. I gave
it was the lesser of 3 evils here.
Yeah, NXT was the shits this week. Dynamite wasn't great at all.
We had on NXT, we had Braun Breaker challenging Seth Rollins for the
Very
World
much
Heavyweight
so.
Championship. So,
Yes, we did. I don't know
right.
what that has to do with the rating, but
I was just saying of that there was actual compelling. There
Mhm.
was things you remember from NXT
Right.
versus can anyone remember anything from Monday Night Raw? I mean, I know we're here covering everything, but
Right. We are actually getting the next match on Against All Odds is Sammy Callahan, Madman Fulton, and Jake Priest going against the Design in a 6-man street fight.
Jake Priest, like
Priest.
I was gonna say,
Priest of
what's
the
the
Dawn and
action
Jake
on
Priest.
that? Yeah, no, we're getting OVE, and this man's taking a pause EE.
Fucking Drake's tag team on the way to the ring.
Right, OVE, as we're out here, got OVE Ohio versus everybody, taking on the Design, as we've still got a 6-man tag match right now going on AW Rampage. We've got the Lucha Bros and I believe Bandito versus Ethan Page and Big Bill and Lee Moriarty. So even though we haven't had Ethan Page involved in the firm, he's still in the firm. The Hardys own his contract, but they didn't care a shit about this match. Much like how Big Bill is somebody realistically that they could use 100% as a prominent figure on their roster, but they continue to have him in jobber feuds and leave him just with the name Big Bill. And is there a worse name in the history of professional wrestling outside of like Bastion Booger or something that you could give to somebody besides Big Bill? It is the most generic, bland name possible. But so you can give us a prediction whether you're taking Team Lucha or whether you're taking Team Firm or whether you're taking OVE or whether you're taking the Design. You can let us know absolutely, because even though SmackDown has ended, and still to me, I know KJ, what did he give it? I think he gave it a 8.5, maybe a 7.5. I will give it an 8 because we got Charlotte coming back. I think that leads very much to a future storyline, and I would love to see a SummerSlam match between Charlotte and Asuka. Keep in mind, I know we've got, or at least some of us have, EO and LA Knight pegged for Money in the Bank championships, but that doesn't mean that they're going to A, cash in that night, or B, anytime soon. So I think we've still got that build and that suspense. This man switching stuff up on me. I forgot where I was going here. Team Lucha says Alexis. Kevin saying Big Nick give a round for a pause. Why? Honestly, Kevin, I'll give you credit because I think out of everybody that we've had in the chat, and we've obviously, the chat's grown to the point to where we need to shout out the super chats and the super stickers if we want to get through the whole chat and everything like that. But I think you're the first person to sit there in reference of giving a pause for the what. So I appreciate that. So in a moment of pause for the what, just let's all honor Kevin here. Why? But shout out Boston. Why? Russell, what up? I prefer Team Lucha. Fair enough. Gunther versus KO, Cadence and Chance versus Rana and Shayna, Ricochet versus Shinsuke. They set up drama in the Judgment Day to start the cracks there. Again, you're not all right. You make a good case, and that's again though a very valid argument for what we've said with what's been going on with WWE. If they've sneakily really put on hell of a shows back to back, like throughout the whole week of we're having it. When's the last time you remember having to even put up for contention Monday Night Raw versus Friday Night SmackDown? Normally it's been SmackDown walking away with it. Now we're getting back to that contention that they're just putting on bangers of shows. And I still hate that term, but they're putting well booked hell of a shows from top to bottom throughout the week versus we're getting a ratings decline, even though we're going to big up the ticket sales in that area, but we're getting ratings declines. As I've got Ethan Page versus Bandito right now, and I've got tables set up on the outside. I've got Big Con in the ring. Oh, I've got Sammy with a crutch onto. I'm going to keep messing this up. Is it Preston Vance or Alan Angels? But anyways, Raw was a banger and NXT was not good at all this week. Boston, to each their own opinion, but I will give you at least that SmackDown, and I will entertain that Raw was a worthy competitor. I'll give you that. I think that's a very good sign. But again, no one's talking about AEW. No one's talking about Dynamite or anything like that being, oh, that was the best show of the week. No one's talking about Rampage or if that was can't miss. No one's saying Ring of Honor of, well, you're not paying attention to pro wrestling if you're not watching Ring of Honor, because Ring of Honor at this point is just turned into dark elevation with a fucking streaming platform with a subscription package. But the fact that Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown were the two can't miss shows of this week are very good signs, I would say. As we've got a ladder set up, but OVE for the win, Boston 10-1. John, what up? 7 out of 10 rating for SmackDown. Fair enough. Not that far off. Like I said, I can't remember Cage's rating. He might have been on par with me. I think we might have both given an 8. Hassan, what up? OVE versus and Team Lucha for the wins. Fair enough. So you're going Team Drake and Team Lucha. You're going mask on and mask off. I can.
Speaking of mask off, maybe it should be on. I don't know.
No, you're fine. I'm going to masquerade off.
I gave it an 8 out of 10 tonight. I really enjoyed SmackDown, guys. It went by fast. To me, that's a sign. I mean, it's still commercial heavy. It's still what it is, but it went by quick. We weren't pointing out the commercials. We were talking about the stuff that was going on between the commercials. I thought it was a really, really, really solid SmackDown tonight. Thought it had a lot of energy, had a lot of vibe. It was a good time. And against all odds, it's been pretty damn good. Right now, they're tearing down the building right now. Sami Callihan just dropped Diener on a chair. Actually, it might have been Angels. What's up, Scene? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Here we go. We're always going, Aaron. But Rampage rolling along. Usually I'm a couple seconds behind on Rampage, but I got Phoenix with the cutter. You're absolutely right, T. Sharon. You're absolutely right. AEW is nowhere near any of the 3 shows. You are right. Now, well, Nick will be happy to know that he was right. But that being said, I think the problem with AEW in this regard, guys, is we're spending more time talking about the politics. We're spending more time talking about the announcements. We're spending more time talking about ticket sales. We're spending more time talking about a third show and Punk and where everybody, oh, who is this? Matt Hardy is coming to the ring with the Hardy Party. Yay. But yeah, I think that's the problem. The biggest thing with AEW is the show happened and we're spending more time talking about other shit. We really are. So I don't think that's good for business. I don't think that helps your product. But the Hardy Party is here. And we get a silly string. 21 plex. And Ethan gets pinned. Shocker. Bandito with the win. Nick KJ, the Iron Sheik, passed away on the original Sheik's birthday. What a coinky-dink, Unbroken. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny the truth to that. But, yeah, I mean, crazy. I mean, it's so weird how the universe works out in mysterious ways like that. By the way, Madman Fulton in the ring. He's got one man on his arms, and he's taking a beating right now from Diener. Boom. What, Diener? What's going on, Diener? Rolling pin wrapped in barbed wire to the back. Staple gun. Yeah, Jason, they just stapled Sami Callihan's chest. QTV is back. Why? Why is QTV on my TV? And who is this lady? What if we buy all the fans ice cream? There's a TV, no Hobbs, but Hobbs on TV with a placard that says "Collision Bound." So there you go. If you're wondering what's happening with Hobbs, I thought QT was canceled. I fucking hoped he was canceled, Larry. It's pissing me off. Yo, who is that shit? Down boy. We don't know. She just been here. I don't even know if they've given her name. She's just there. Out there. I think Impact has booked this show well tonight. They spaced out the bigger matches well with some good breathers in between. Yeah, I thought it was good. I thought the women's tag match was okay. Kind of went the way I thought it would. I'm getting a commercial right now for Collision, and look, everyone hates them, but the entire commercial is about Punk for Collision. That world revolves around him, and the ratings support it. And the sad part is, I think Tony knows. I think that's why Tony's worked so hard to get CM Punk back in the fold. He knows what CM Punk means to business, but he's friends with the EVPs, and that makes it very challenging. Big crossbody by Jake. Raining down on Angels. Safe to say Jay and Jimmy. Jay versus Jimmy, now Jay versus Solo, or Jimmy versus Solo, or Roman versus Jimmy, or Roman versus Jay. Ghostly, I love how you aproposly explained that, in the sense that, yeah, it really could go either way. I mean, we don't know what we're going to get. It looks like maybe Jimmy and Jay, but I don't know. Probably Jimmy and Solo first, and we'll see how Jay plays into that, if he's a factor. But tonight created more dissension, more question marks, more uncertainty. Jay looked like he had one up on Roman. I'll come back to the bloodline if Paul leaves. Interesting. But now Jay mad at the bloodline, Jay mad at Jimmy. Jimmy kicks Jay in the face. And again, regardless, even if Jay realizes, he didn't mean to kick me in the face, the sentiment of, you shouldn't have been there. I had it. Why'd you get involved? You messed everything up for me. I was going to get on an airplane. I was going to get a nice suit. I was going to get a title. Way to go, bro. It's interesting. It's compelling. We have to see. Now we got to tune in. Who cares? QTV deserves a double D rating. Amen, brother. I thought QT was canceled. Got that one. There you go. Fulton, get the wire. Yes. And Jake on his back. We got barbed wire. We got tables. We got chairs. 1, 2. We got Diener with an elbow. Jimmy messed up Roman match. And now Jimmy messed up Roman match. And now Jay wonder if Jay will stay with Roman. And Solo now caused Paul to say to Jay in the night, Jimmy the problem. Yeah, it works out perfectly, Ghostly, in the sense that you create suplex Diener into the barbed wire. Callahan spitting. So, folks, if you are just tuning in right now, we are watching AEW Rampage on one screen. We are watching Impact Wrestling Against All Odds on another screen. Rolling along. We will take your predictions on the Impact matches if you're watching Impact. Even if you're not watching, you just want to guess, go ahead. But we have carnage. We got a street fight going on, a 6-man street fight. OVE taking on the Design. And Sammy went for toys, and we got thumbtacks. All right. QRV outlasted Young Rock. QTV outlasted Young Rock. Oh, that's a shot at CM Punk. Yes, it was. Very true. QVC is on Rampage. What they selling? I don't know. I have no idea. Now I'm getting an ad for Forbidden Door. Me, and you talk about me. I didn't say shit, but I think the boys made one comment. Put that tongue back in the head, wagon dog. I'm giving this SmackDown a 10 out of 10. All right. I'm not willing to go the perfect route. There's still a couple things I would have changed, but like I said, a solid SmackDown from start to finish. They came out of the gate hot. They ended with compelling shit. I know people are going to watch it under a microscope and tell everybody that watches them how fucking shit it was. But honestly, I thought we got a really good show tonight. That's why we're the most unbiased coverage out there. Fulton Khan off the stage through tables, platform, both. I don't fucking know. Both men down. Jimmy is Jimmy. Here comes Hobbs. Was not on the QT video, but here he is, and it would be really nice if he came to the ring by himself. However, the losers are following closely behind. I literally saw someone last week go, Friday night, WWE versus AEW. AEW wins again. I was like, holy fuck. We're dying here, folks. Now, KJ, would it be smart or a giant FU by the elites? They announced blood and guts for the first AEW Dynamite after Collision. Listen, next Wednesday's Dynamite is stacked already. They put a lot of click-worthy things on Dynamite pre-Collision. I don't think that's by accident. And you do see sort of some of the people, some of the players, some of the pieces that are going to highlight and stand in Dynamite on a Wednesday. Going into Saturday, it will be very interesting. We got one match announced. Curiosity. I'm really interested to see how this plays out, what the overall numbers look like, how they do. Is the show good? Does the show have a good vibe to it? Is there a good energy to it? We'll find out. We will find out. That being said, yeah, I mean, is it an FU? No, but I do. This is my fear for the fan base, guys. And if you've been watching these streams for a while now, I've said multiple times. Oh, big frog splash by Angels through the table on Callahan. And he kicks out. So I got Hobbs destroying somebody, and then I also got Carnage with Impact. I've been saying for a long time, the biggest problem with doing this with the third show, putting Punk and Andrade and Miro and all those people on it, is now will you get the inner fighting, the politics? Well, Dynamite's going to do blood and guts. Well, we want to do this. Well, we want to do that. Oh, that guy got himself really over. Move him to Wednesdays. Or that guy's not happy there. Can we shift around? I don't want to be on this show. I do want to be on this show. I'd rather be on that show. And then as that's all happening, the fan base, we witness it every day. The AEW fan base mad at each other. Punk sucks. The Bucks suck. Fuck this. I hate that. I hope that show sucks. And while they're all bitching, nobody's buying tickets. Nobody's paying attention to the shows. You're paying attention to the drama. You're paying attention to the bullshit. You hate watch WWE because you know you don't want to miss it, even though you say you hate it. And that's the problem we've caused here with AEW right now. You want your fan base united in what you're presenting to them. They're not. It's very interesting. Fans are already surmising this type of antics, this type of decision-making, favoritism, nepotism is all going to bleed in. I hope not. Like I said, I feel like the next 6 months for Tony Khan are very important as to where this company is going to go. Is it going to climb and go up? Wow. Sammy laying out Diener. Oh, pile driver on the barbed wire. And it's over. OVE takes out the design as Glock Anderson giving us a promo on behalf of Wardlow. Maybe Theory becomes bloodline henchman. I don't know about that. I do like what Theory did tonight. Again, just more spice to the whole pot of chili. So I'm okay with it. Jay probably wished he hadn't stopped Solo. At this point, probably has that feel, right? But the important part to the story is, wait a minute. If Jay's completely done with Jimmy, why would he stop him? Why would he save Jimmy? Dun, dun, dun. Layers, complexity. You can't knock it, guys. Now you're doubting. Well, maybe Jimmy hasn't given up. Jay hasn't given up on Jimmy. But now Jimmy kicked him in the face. So maybe he has now. Layers. It's good. It's good. It's good. Crowd loved it. It's a true story. Forbidden Door, Cesaro versus Punk for the ROH title would make sense. No, it won't. I don't think Punk's allowed to go to Ring of Honor. Yeah, I get why you're saying it makes sense because of the history there. Cesaro needs to give up the Ring of Honor belt to somebody that only wrestles in Ring of Honor, period. Should be Mark Briscoe, but that's just my opinion. Done with Impact, done with Thursday nights. All right. You pout with the best of them, buddy. Does anyone feel like Sammy and Dean are change underwear once a month? Valid. We'll take it. 11-1. Layers. Yeah, where's Donkey? An update on the beatable Brock. Elaborate, Larry. 11-1. Man's going hard in the paint. He's going to take another W. By the way, if anybody was keeping track of Impact, we get Impact and New Japan Multiverse United 2, August 28th. Tanahashi will be a part of that show. So we've seen one of these already. It was pretty good the last time they did it. Should be fun the next time they do it.
Speaking of seeing one of these people already do it, but anyways, yeah, so that very much tells me that Tanahashi will not be at Forbidden Door.
You think he won't be at Forbidden Door because he's going to do this show in August?
What does he have built up for Forbidden Door?
Nobody has anything built up for Forbidden Door, to be honest.
Touché.
Right? Like we got Brian cut a promo and accepted. I will say the Kenny Osprey match is built up because they have history, and Osprey had to win a tournament to get to him. So I'll give him credit on that. That's built up pretty nicely.
Fair enough.
So they're 50-50 right now.
Then again, people ask where Donkey is. Speaking of donkeys in the ring, though, we have Angelico.
Sap. They call him Sap.
Why?
The Spanish Announce Project, I think it is, or Spanish Announce.
Well, so
I don't
that's
know.
their name with Dr. Luther and everything.
Yeah.
These are people Tony just remembered are on the fucking roster.
Right.
Well, this was like, well, I've got to at least put them on TV at some point. Otherwise, they have a valid claim with their contract here.
Yeah, this Friday night show really should become Ring of Honor because I can't tell the difference between this and Ring of Honor.
Well, that goes to a saying of Ring of Honor at this point. You can't tell the difference between that and Dark.
Right. He's out of the swamp thing.
Listen, Larry, us wrestling fans have layers, and you need to have layers and hit that subscribe button. You need to dig through them layers, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, hit that like button, all that.
Let's see. I missed a couple here as we were rolling along. I think that Jay is getting confused because he has so many things in his head. Maybe he should just be a single superstar and just focus on himself and no one else get singles belts. I mean, that's a valid argument. He just quits everybody.
He just breaks away. Like,
yeah,
I don't.
I'm sick of all your shit
happening at all.
No, because I mean, the story doesn't end very exciting if you do that. But I do think that you're 100% right, Ghostly. There's tons of voices in this man's head. Sammy's in his head. Paul's in his head. Jimmy's in his head. Roman's in his head.
Randy Orton, I hear voices in my head. They talk to me. They comfort me.
There's Samoan. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, that's what makes this so much fun. And that's why we keep saying layers. But it's really fun how they're putting this all together.
What are you doing on my island of relevancy?
Right? Right. Steve Macklin, I took for the win here. I don't think anyone else is going to go anywhere else.
I forgot this match was still happening because how do you feel about against all odds? I'll ask you that.
It's been really, really good. Really good. Match after match. The last match was fun, a little chaotic, not too long though. Trey Miguel, I thought Trey Miguel and Sabin tore it down. New champion. The women's tag match was what it was.
Does it drag a bit too long? And how is it in improper timing of how we've talked about with like Collision's going to go head to head with a lot of WWE premium live events right now? Any sort of Impact pay-per-view is going head to head with WWE's strongest week-to-week show.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and we've said this multiple times, where it's just not the best of choices, in my humble opinion, to be on Fridays. Now, that being said, they're here and they're throwing out a good show.
Saturday afternoon, you got me with this 100%. And I feel like you view it with
nothing going on tomorrow. What are they up against if they booked Saturday night this week?
See, Saturday, that's when you run into the issue of like Collision. You go against premium live events. You go against playoff.
No, but I mean, this particular show tonight, there's nothing tomorrow, right?
Not at all.
Right? You go on at 8 o'clock, 7:30. You get in and out before the UFC gets, before the UFC gets into the thick of it. Yeah, fuck them. I mean,
you get that. You get those clicks of people that are waiting around for some combat shit outside of until the UFC kicks off. But you and Luna can, I guess, speak to this the best of with this, being now their habit of going on Fridays we had Against All Odds shortly after we had No Surrender. I hope I guessed the right pay-per-view for Impact. Under Siege. I failed. But that we've got them almost within a week or so of each other, that maybe you're dipping your toe too far in there.
I don't like the back-to-back pay-per-views. I thought there'd be more spacing out. I'm not quite sure what their theory was on this one. I really don't know.
Certainly not Austin.
Right? But yeah, I mean, I think there was an option here. I really think they could have booked a Saturday show on a night where you're not going up against a whole lot of traffic, opposed to a Friday night. But I don't know. I really don't know why they made the choice to do it. That being said, the saddest part for me is they're putting on good shows. Under Siege was fun as shit. Really solid show. And it was buried behind a SmackDown. Tonight's been really good. 8-4-1 match was meh, but had some nice twists and turns.
But that's what you hate to see with a show like this, to where it's really good, but you don't notice it until you go back and watch it because there was other shit that you wanted to watch before this. Because even right now, like they're going right now head to head with the NBA finals of, I've got end of the third, Nuggets 86, Heat 73 but if they went tomorrow night, you ain't got nothing to compete with. Even if you're going to do this and you throw it in as a Thursday, you have your pre-show on your YouTube and everything, which you already do.
Yeah.
And then you turn around and, hey, folks, if you want to watch the full pay-per-view, make sure you get Fight Plus, all of that. You do that little sales pitch.
Mm-hmm.
You make Thursdays Impact night versus you get it muddled in the shuffle here.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I mean, if I was Scott or whoever's making the decisions there, I would highly consider making that choice. It's a much better choice for business, in my humble opinion. They've been doing this for a while. I thought it was rumored. Now, I can't confirm off the top of my head. Actually, let me double check, but I'm curious.
No, you're fine because I got JV out here randomly saying tomorrow is perfect for Dave and Buster. Oh, so that's where you're gonna watch it? Not at Buffalo Wild Wings. You're gonna watch it, Dave and Buster.
Slammiversary Saturday, July 15th, 2023. So yeah, they're moving Slammiversary to a Saturday.
Hallelujah.
Much better. Much better.
Now, do you do it middle afternoon? Do you do it preemptively like in NXT? You go head to head with that's got to be around when they're doing Money in the Bank and everything. I would
Money in the
assume.
Bank July 1st. They'd be going up against Collision, which I think they'd be more than happy to.
Okay, so that's not bad. If you're gonna do Slammiversary versus Collision, oh, I don't mind that. It's so weird to now you have to get into like, well, so and so is going to be running, this show then, so you might not want to book around that.
Yeah, and I mean, I wonder if some of it's because of advanced booking, and you're afraid that if you book a Saturday, one of the bigger companies are going to book the same Saturday. So, I mean, I don't know if they have the ability to exhibit some patience, but it would be really interesting. Like, they're going back to Saturday for Slammiversary. I hope they stay on Saturdays. It's beneficial, and for a show that puts on pretty good for a product that puts on pretty good shows. It's a shame sometimes that nobody sees it. And I see a lot of fans out there like, fuck Impact shit. We don't watch Impact. Who wastes their time? But then you tune in and it's fucking banging. And you're like, yeah, okay, I'll tune in.
It has a reputation to overcome. Which at times gets interesting, which, by the way, the Acclaim pick up the win.
Shocking.
As the Ghostly was out there, shouting us out and everything.
Yes, I had that one up.
Thank you guys so much for this with streams for WWE. And we just do what we do.
WWE. It's all the shows, my friend. It's all the fun. It's all the wrestling you can desire. You name it, we've covered it, or we're going to.
Absolutely. This is why we are the utmost authority, I would say, on pro wrestling, because we actually watch all the shows versus just, hey, our friends are in the match. 5 stars, 5 stars, 5 stars. But yeah, well, it gets interesting too with, like we've talked about, of Collision's going to be going on Saturdays against PLEs. We've had AW before move stuff around or not book certain things a certain way because of they knew that they might lose ratings because of the NBA playoffs, all of that. It's so weird that we're in this environment of everybody wants to book good pro wrestling, but we all want to do it to where we don't compete against each other.
Yeah, no, and further to that, JV says sometimes it's fun to get drunk and play some games. Speaking of getting drunk and
I was going to say, well, sometimes it's fun to smoke vitamins and talk about some wrestling.
It's true.
This is kind of what we do on a nightly basis.
Amen. Big Dog's in a mood tonight. Sorry if I get carried away. It's just one of those days when you don't want to wake up.
Everything's you always want to hit subscribe.
You want to justify hitting that like button.
Right. You want to justify hitting that notification button.
Final question of the night. Will CM Punk show up on Dynamite since the Dynamite before Collision? No. Emphatically, I wish.
Not no way, not no how.
I
couldn't.
They all should show up.
What?
They all should show up, but it's this weird swept under the rug. Like they can't be any. Why couldn't Punk do a pre-tape and announce where the show was going to be? They let fucking Adam Cole announce Access. You can't let Punk announce Collision? Come on. I got to listen. I got to look at this man staring a hole through my fucking soul.
Can I have a moment here of a
hill
I would like to die on, or at least when it comes to Karen Angle, some mountains I guess I would like to die on.
We're gonna dude, I didn't know where you were going. I might leave you alone for a second. Go.
Yeah, why the fuck is this on my goddamn screen?
Man.
Like, What in the name of Impact in 2007? What in the name of Global Force, Jarrett Gold? What is happening? I'm glad Mark Briscoe could bring his favorite horse from the fucking Sandy Fork fucking farm over here, out here, clippity clopping out the fucking entranceway here, because we've got Mark Briscoe and Aubrey Edwards out here challenging Jeff Jarrett and Karen Angle of Karen Who Gives a Fuck. Literally, the only reason you are relevant is because of who your husband was.
It is. And maybe, no, not even as much.
Both.
Right? It's all about the angle you put to get here.
Well, we're talking about plastic. Well, God damn it. There's a lot of sea turtles that hate Karen Angle right now.
Bro, now, I saw some really hardcore fans being like, this is awesome. We love Aubrey. Are you fucking kidding me? If the WWE was booking, what's her name? Jessica, Sarah, the lady, one of the lady refs. Ref Jess. What if Ref Jess was in an angle with fucking, not even Rhea Ripley, but like fucking Aaliyah?
Well, I mean, how much? Well, they're placating to the older audience of wrestling fans because they're out here bringing out Wilbur.
Mark Briscoe. Poor Mark Briscoe.
This is where we went, and I hate that I'm invoking this. That this is where we went from Jay Briscoe passing to now he's out here. Him and Papa Briscoe are out here with, you can have that. That ain't even what I'm mad at. But that are out here with fucking Aubrey Edwards. And this is the match we're setting up of Jeff Jarrett, Karen Angle, Karen Jarrett, Karen, don't put me in touch. The worst wrestling wife outside of Rebby Hardy, personally, if not worse, personal opinion. That we're setting up a triple threat, a 6-man tag match here. And why is fucking Karen Jarrett taller than Jeff, who's supposed to be working backstage, by the way, instead of being in every fucking angle on TV? Shout out Chris Jericho. But this is why any sort of common casual wrestling fan has a hard time getting into AEW. And the fact that AEW fans sit there and fucking goalpost move and defend this is what is the biggest problem for AEW as a whole. And the fact is their fans don't even realize it. They think they're helping when they're really hurting. They do nothing but goalpost move constantly of, we're talking about ratings. Well, just enjoy the wrestling. We're talking about ticket sales. Well, we'll look at how Wembley did. Yeah, cool. We'll look at what Collision did. We're talking about how we're booking great storylines. Your biggest fucking storyline, Bill, is Aubrey Edwards and Mark Briscoe teaming up with Papa Briscoe versus Karen Jarrett, Jeff Jarrett, and I can't remember which one of the fucking funky bunch out of TNA that it was, of Jay Lethal or Sanjay Dutt, because God knows Satnam ain't gonna fucking wrestle, because God forbid fucking Groot have a match. But this is what makes it hard to be an AEW fan of. This is something that should not, let alone be on Rampage, should not be on fucking television. Christ, this man is supposed to be working backstage and has been in more fucking storylines. It has been on your TV screens more than MJF, your world champion, honestly, right now. Has been on TV more than FTR, your tag team champions. You can run through the list of people that Jeff Jarrett has been on screen more, and that's a goddamn problem. It screams of nothing but Vince Russo and Dixie Carter. And the best part about it is they're not even involved. Literally, Tony Khan grew up in that fucking era and learned nothing from that except how to book shit wrestling. Anyways, I'm done with my fucking diatribe there. Pause, Rebby Hardy, help me out, Nick. What's up with Rebby? I thought she was cool. No, not at all. Not even a little bit. She's so uncool, this man couldn't mute himself coming back because he couldn't
You don't want to hear what I'm saying. I censored myself.
Couldn't handle the comments he was about to say.
Yeah, I censored myself. I was smart. Came out just cursing.
Right.
No, like, I mean, come on. Even if you're Papa Briscoe,
I'm out here fucking verklempt. I'm out here. Elizabeth is going to be the big one. I'm out here smashing tables of damn near what's in reach that I can break. Like,
feel better.
Why is this on my fucking television screen?
Well, on a bright side, I mean, Shelly and Macklin.
No, I don't, because it's still on my goddamn screen.
It's not on my screen. Macklin and Shelly are giving us a good one.
Yes, hallelujah. There is some reprieve here from
Sweet mother of barbecue sauce.
I was gonna say the reprieve I have here is that we're in a commercial on AEW, and I've got Macklin and Alex Shelley on Impact, so at least I get something called professional wrestling on my screen.
Man, like, I mean, the hardcore have to ask themselves, like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, and you know what? Aubrey wasn't even a terrible fucking promo. That's the saddest part.
She just went, nay. She's like, are you excited for this match? Nay.
No, not at all. Why?
Now the question is, did they use Skippy or did they use Jif peanut butter underneath her fucking mouth there to get the fucking lips to move and everything like Wilbur did to fucking get her to talk?
I'm straight edge like Punk. There you go. Brought to you by Gold Diggers United.
Yeah. Hey, that explains Jarrett Gold.
Don't panic, Boston. Just go towards the light, buddy. It'll be all right.
Sorry. I like this from
Nick Smash.
Nick Smash.
It was his turn, boys. He was feeling it. I don't get it. I really don't. But you weren't wrong, Nick. That was beautifully delivered as far as how you were feeling.
In all of the cornetiest ways, like, it's one of those of when you don't have like to like actually respond back. Of like, am I just old man yells at cloud?
No, not on this one, because again, if you are a 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 20, we can just pick a fucking age. But if you're a fucking young AEW fan, are you sitting at home right now going, oh my God, we're going to get Aubrey and Karen in the ring. Oh my God. And Papa Briscoe and Mark Briscoe and fucking, holy shit.
Yes, all three of them are excited. All three of them.
All you had to
all
do.
The fuck that they are, because guess what? You can't buy a fucking ticket to watch the show, especially if you live in Canada.
Holy fuck.
You got to pay.
I'd rather go stand out in the wildfire smoke than fucking watch this shit.
Were you just hoping you catch some vitamins that way?
Yeah, right. Let's just hope the right bushes burned. Fuck. Boston, you really believe Punk was taking painkillers after matches in WWE? Interesting. Why are you yelling?
Right. Well, it's one of those of.
He put the big dog in a better mood. Nobody knew you were in a bad mood.
Hey, why?
You see, everyone thank Nick. He put Big Dog in a better mood. The teeth have gone back into the cave.
Pause. Fucking my guy. Pause. I don't know. We have I guess according to KJ, a fucking Venom and Carnage like symbiotic relationship here. If he doesn't know who's who, but fucking pause.
That's Jeff should leave Karen for Aubrey. Then we should have a wedding, and then it gets fucked up by Mama Briscoe. Like, Jesus.
Bruh, we're too close to the end of this show for me to fucking take a pause right now, but that was having me so tempted right now.
Up next, we got the main event, and it's an interesting one. Britt Baker and 3 jobbers.
Britt Baker and 3 people who are going to lose to Britt Baker.
But my favorite part of the week, Mark Henry. I haven't had this in a long time.
I'm getting the run through for Forbidden Door right now.
I'm always a little behind on Rampage.
No, that's fine. I can pay attention because right now I've got Macklin throwing bows at Alex Shelley here.
Just laying them in.
It's so funny to me how Sky Blue initially was nothing but a dark jobber and has managed to outpass and outclass
Wardlow,
Cora Jade, who's supposed to be like the rosebud out of the NXT Women's Division.
There's so much to talk about right now. Dude, Jake Hager versus Wardlow on Wednesday. They just announced
Wait, what the
5 matches. They just announced 5 matches for Dynamite and 1 match for Collision.
They're like shit. Well, they're announcing matches 3 weeks in advance. We got to at least announce 3 to 4 matches here.
So we're getting MJF versus Adam Cole in a title eliminator match. How do you feel about that? You and I haven't talked about this.
You go first. I need to catch myself.
Everybody on stream knows exactly how the fuck I feel about these eliminator matches. They're dumb shit. Like, I beat the champion. Now I get a chance to beat the champion for the belt. That's fucking dumb. I beat the champion. I get the belt. Do you remember that time Hogan beat Andre and then had to do it again a month later? No, he got the belt.
Fucking happened. Trust me, I very much second your opinion on that. Right? That's halfway why I wanted you to go first.
Yeah. No, I mean, and then again, so does MJF take an L during his title reign? That's stupid. The only way this works is if MJF fucks Adam Cole, he loses but still gets the title shot, which then you're going around your fucking wrist to get to, or you're going around your elbow to get to your wrist.
Literally at this point, Britt Baker looks like she's fucking halfway sick of her fucking entrance. As she's coming out with Emmy. No,
Emmy.
No, not Emmy Sakura. Hikaru Shida.
Hickory Machida.
Good old Hickory stick coming out here with a Singapore
Hickory stick. That's
she come out here with a Hickory stick.
So how do you book this contenders match? Martinez,
we haven't seen. That's the fucking problem. Is you don't.
Right? We haven't seen Martinez in months. Nyla Rose popped up on Wednesday, so why
isn't she Ring of Honor World Champion? No, Athena is now.
Athena and they're setting up Athena and Kiera Hogan, which isn't bad.
When you have Mercedes Martinez, who is healthy and available, allegedly, we've got Sky Blue, who you built up of. Hey, she just signed. Cool. Well, she's been on the fucking roster for 3 years, so I hope she fucking signed eventually.
I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Ronnie's back. Be a friend, tell a friend.
Now this looks like a stream for me, so
give Adam Cole his title shot he deserves. Yeah, you use the angle to build the title shot.
Right. Yes.
Fucking hell.
And I halfway feel like a bad wrestling narrative to where we didn't catch it, or at least I didn't initially live. Granted, I was a little behind of trying to catch up and everything. But to where MJF even mentioned, you know what they do to make MJF look cool? They ring the bell to where that callback to Adam Cole's promo.
And mixed reviews on that. Mixed reviews. Some people said he gave Cole a taste of his own medicine. Some people said, no, he was just hijacking from the WWE again, poking at the WWE again, going back to the WWE, the low-hanging fruit of the WWE, and that maybe we're kind of tired of MJF just poking.
See, the first part of that, that part of, he's pulling from WWE. That's, to me, a marked response of your throwing up the shield there a bit, because how many people remembered that promo until then? Until they had to point it out. So that's the thing.
Why not leave it alone if you're MJF? Why not be good enough to go and really be creative with this?
Because he has watered down competition. That's
I don't think Cole is. I think Cole has the potential to be a really good challenger here.
Has the potential, but everybody else of Darby was getting there. Sammy, watered down competition. Jungle Boy, watered down competition.
Yeah,
even a little bit of what he had with Danielson at that point became watered down competition of. There's not a lot of people in that company that can evoke a good feud out of MJF. As weird as that is to say, the last person to do was Phil, and he's going to be on Saturdays. So unless MJF's going to start working Saturdays, we don't know if that's going to happen again.
Huge 2 count. She did in the ring with a kendo stick. Is this
good old Hickory?
Hickory running around swinging her stick.
Hickory running around with the switch, just whooping ass.
Why was that other lady even in the ring?
I don't know which one. Are you talking about Mercedes, Nyla, Sky Blue?
Wait, who just
What
ran
other
away?
lady are you questioning of why are they in the ring and why are we having this fucking match?
This I don't know. I looked away and stupid shit happened.
Very
No,
good.
I thought round one went to Adam Cole. I thought Adam Cole was spot on here. It was one of my favorite things of Adam Cole since he's come back. He's not fucking with Jericho, which is beautiful. But I thought he was really good again, like smiling, absorbing all the initial insults, but coming back at him kind of made him look really good.
That whole promo, either way you look at it, was not good until probably the last minute of it.
Yeah, the last minute, the last couple exchanges, and even like to make MJF lose his temper. All right, I guess we have a match then. Then you have a match. And then you have that match get fucked up because the champ gets DQ'd or runs away, and it sets up another match. That's how you do it. You don't fucking have a match to maybe get a title shot.
I hate the title eliminators of so you have to beat the champ to then get a match to beat the champ. It's like, well, wait, no, you just beat the champ, so you should be the champ. What?
He drilled him. Wow, another kick out. Fun match in the main event of Impact, folks.
And no one's bleeding yet. Macklin's forehead is staying intact here.
The crazy glue holding up.
Right. That crazy Canadian glue just working perfectly here.
Yeah, imagine like, anybody, pick anybody. Like, Roman has to lose a match for you to get a match with him. Imagine Sammy beat him on SmackDown, but lost to him in Montreal. Well, that don't make no fucking sense. Well, and what does that say for the champ?
It goes to even what MJF said in the post media scrum and everything of we're in this clickbait society of I get everything I wanted instantly now. I believe that challengers, competitors should be built towards that. Yeah. There should be a reason they're challenging me for the belt outside of just they're there.
Macklin is wobbled right now, Nick. Prick got to work in PA tomorrow morning, probably, right?
Where is she pumping gas? What's she doing? She out there, working at the concession stand? What's going on? How you her boss? You her manager? It's like shit. She's scheduled for a shift later today.
Yeah, get in there.
Right?
Holy shit! Oh my God, where is Luna Havoc right now? Somewhere in Canada, Luna Havoc is losing her fucking noodle. Sabin and Alex Shelley win tonight. A new Impact champion. Wow.
I love it. I looked over and I saw someone getting pushed out of the ring on Rampage. And I thought that's what you were saying, holy shit, too. And I see the referee starting to hand the belt towards Alex Shelley. And I'm like, oh, wait, no. Like, should I just, someone get Luna on speed dial? I'll just take a pause and Luna can sit here and react to this here. Like, what the fuck?
God. I want to be a fly on the wall. Luna is losing her noodle right now.
Who had that on your Impact bingo card? Please raise your hand because you're a goddamn liar.
Austin taking his second L of the night for sure.
Right. I think we might have a new champion after this in more ways than one.
Chris Sabin.
And we even get Sabin and Shelley dapping up the championships together. Holy shit. Shout out for Motor City Machine Guns.
And this might be like one of their last significant runs. They just had the tag titles. Sorry?
No, I was just going to say, does that make this hit a little bit harder of they do it in Impact? Of you
like I said, like I was really happy with this show. What a nice ending and a really good match. And what a holy fuck moment. I did not see that coming. Holy wow.
And he won it with a Blade Runner,
Sister Abigail,
whatever you want to call it. But yeah,
it's
same move, different name, but motherfucker,
rolling the dice.
So we have Chris Sabin of Motor City Machine Guns as the X Division champion, and we have Alex Shelley of Motor City Machine Guns as your new Impact World Heavyweight Champion.
Look at the crowd react. Wow. Shelley actually won. Yeah. Your new Impact champion.
So you're getting
Alex
Aldis.
Shelley.
You're getting Aldis versus Shelley.
That's really fucking interesting.
Versus Aldis Macklin.
I'm a little surprised.
I'm very surprised if there's a triple threat or a fatal four-way. Those are not the two people who enter that match as the only two competitors challenging for the world title in that match. I feel there's no way you do that. I respect Alex Shelley. I feel like that was a good on your rub. Nick Aldis versus Alex Shelley versus Nick Aldis versus Steve Macklin. Which one you paying?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Slammiversary is going to be stacked. Maybe they set up a fatal four-way and miraculously the fourth person in it is Josh.
What if I thought you were about to go there. What if they tease that it's going to be Josh and then it cuts to its bully?
Yeah, that would do. It's funny. I was actually thinking that as well.
Great minds. Smoke
We're
like what?
We clicked into it.
What the fuck? Speaking of what the fucks, I'm blue. Da ba dee ba da da.
No fucking way.
She jobs da da dee da ba die. Sky blue on the match. She's about to like. What in the fuck is going on in professional wrestling?
We're in the Impact post show, by the way, and what is happening right now?
I don't know, but I have Tony Storm.
Oh no, it's Britt
putting a spray paint L on a TV screen.
Holy shit!
I mean, Sky Blue, how you doing? You thicker than a Snickers girl? How you doing?
No,
but at the same time, why the fuck are you competing for the world title? Tony Storm versus Sky Blue versus Tony Storm versus Britt Baker when we've got the whole build up with fucking Jericho and everything like that.
They won't
JAS versus all of this. Like
they will. I don't know. They will not send Britt after, and now Sky Blue from dark to contender on Wednesday.
From thought she was on the roster to just signed to world title contender, apparently.
11-2. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. James Hatfield of Metallica calls himself a born-again straight edger. Fair enough. Oh, yeah.
Now which holds more weight, a born-again Christian or a born-again straight edger? Someone get Shawn Michaels and CM Punk on the phone and let them debate that out. I like this. It's Bizarro World. Yes. Up is down, left is right. I feel right now in pro wrestling.
Wait, Sky Blue? What? Like, so
she won. She won. So next week on Dynamite, when you're here on Wednesday night, you get to watch Tony Storm versus Sky, Cora, Purple, Violet, Blue, Jade. What have you?
Oh, 1 hour ago.
Yeah, you get to watch that match happen versus after we just had Chris Jericho and Adam Cole, or Chris Jericho and Saraya versus Adam Cole and Britt Baker. And we could have been building up to, Tony Storm, who just beat Jamie Hayter, Britt Baker's friend for the world title. We could have been building up to that fucking storyline, but no, Sky Blue. Just, I don't know what else to say to that. Of Tony, I've given up hope. I've given up hope on you booking.
I don't know what to make of this. I really don't. And I know, again, guys, when you tune into other channels and you hear them just spewing venom about one show or the other, whether it's WWE or AEW, it's not what we should be doing as a fan base, and the hate watching. But what you ask yourself is, what would they say about this scenario if it was on the other show? And that's where things get really interesting in the whole competitive comparison, is that, what the fuck? This is out of left field. She pinned Nyla Rose. Nyla just lost the match for the TBS title. Why is she here? And have they built Cora Blue up enough to compete in this match?
I'll put it this way. One company shoots themselves in the foot. Well, actually, both companies shoot themselves in the foot. One at least has fucking bandages on standby so they can patch that shit up and figure out where the fuck they're going after that. The other one just is waiting to bleed out, apparently, because I don't know what's going on here.
No, man, I don't even like. Is anybody okay? Again, guys, I know like the guys, certain fellas, but if we take the fact that Sky Blue is a lovely looking human
She got a
being,
wagon. She got a wagon.
She's a cutie. She's definitely an up and coming
She
baby.
got a cutie with a booty, huh?
But come on now, what are we doing? Big dog paws. Hi, Jagan. Or born again virgin. I like it. Made me giggle.
Madonna.
Pause. Yeah, I don't think you can hold that valley back up. Why is Tony Storm a graffiti head? I don't know. Trey Miguel does it. She thinks it's cool.
She's just doing like she's doing a side quest to where you have to mark X amount of like TV screens backstage at AEW, and that's how you get the achievement there. That's the only fucking rationale I can explain.
Only rationale I can go with.
That's the biggest thing, is not even an issue with Sky Blue or anything like that. Can just someone explain?
No, I like her.
Right. Can someone explain the fucking booking decision? Can someone explain what's going on here? What we're building towards? How we're taking storyline and just throwing it out the fucking window here? And just are we hoping that it catches a gust of wind and blows into the fucking window beneath us here? Like, we're just taking everything we built and just said, yeah, piss off with that.
Unless they somehow try and tie it into this whole thing. I don't know, man. Like,
how do you tie it in? The only way you tie this in is if you sit there and fucking stuff your face into a fucking pile of powdered sugar like Scarface here. That's the only way I can feel this making any bit of sense.
Right? Well, I mean, Sky Blue is going to take on Tony. I don't know. Tony beats her pretty easy. They beat up on her. Britt comes running up
comes out to make the save.
Now they're friends. Dude, there's no fucking good justification for this.
And that sums up AEW in one sentence. There's no good justification for this.
Yeah, that's pretty much, yeah, right? Just in general. I used to be straight, then I found Jerry Lawler is also a
teetotaler.
Okay. Born again Christian, because Christians, I'm not getting into that one. Come on, guys. Fun fact, Tony Khan is born again virgin. I think he was always again virgin. I don't think that was born again. You
have to not be the first thing to then be a born again.
If he can buy a wrestling company, he can buy himself some,
Well, let's be honest, and I'm sorry, at this point, you've already heard my whole little fucking spiel about TNA 2007 showing up in AEW, in the Impact Zone, also known now as the AEW Zone. Is a lot of this at this point just fan service for Tony? At this point, I feel this is a lot of Tony's a fucking billionaire, has more money than most of us will ever see in our lifetime, and he is the smarkiest of smart fans.
It's the perfect.
He was a Meltzer message board warrior from day one.
Yeah. No, he really is. Sabin is the new X Division champion, sir, and Alex Shelley is the new Knockouts champion. The new Impact World Champion. Yes,
I was going to say you got your Motor Cities crossed there.
Right, wrong city.
Right.
Sabin
won. Whoa.
MC, yeah, Motor City Machine Guns own against all odds. I mean, the pay-per-view lives up to its name.
Oh, well, how fitting if we're going to go in here. I'll help this make sense for them. If we're going to go casino style of we've got, against all odds, we've got, a slot machines and everything. Of course, the dudes with the machine guns and they're going to show up and just clean house, right?
Clean house. Shit. I thought Macklin was going to have a bit of a longer run. I thought Alexander would be the one to take out Macklin eventually. I'm really surprised about this. I think my buddy Nick might be on something where they circle back into some type of 3-way or 4-man dance. Like I think there's more to what we're getting at Slammiversary.
Poll for the audience, and we might do this in the community thing post stream here. Biggest surprise of the night here. Jey Uso saying, if I stay with the bloodline, you're out. Macklin losing.
This is a
or
tough
Sky
one.
Blue winning. Like, those are three big surprises I would feel in varying degrees here.
Of Friday night.
This man's literally doing it as I said it. So, folks, if
keep
you
talking.
want to vote, so 100%. Tony, welcome to Fantasy Island. Yes, is that who's the shortest person on? Hook comes out. Tony, welcome to Fantasy Island. I was trying to find the probably shortest person on the roster. No, it'd be Johnny Hungry. Johnny Hungry.
Yeah, Johnny Hungry, the new #1 contender next week. Let's go.
Don't say that because it'll fucking happen. Don't say that now. That usually is how it works, Boston. If not this week, it'll be soon. I don't see Shelley keeping it long. They did it with James Storm.
Yeah.
Just to put Bobby Roode over as a heel champion. Well, that's a whole thing. If we want to talk about James Storm and Bobby Roode, and we want to throw in the NXT and not NXT.
I don't know.
Why Steve lose tonight? A bit silly. Yeah, we agree. Macklin loses. See, everybody's up in arms here of like that
up
was
in arms?
such a what?
Are they up in arms?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
Well, I was clicking on Macklin losing, and you're like, are they up in arms? Like, I don't think they're burning down,
Yeah, I was just trying to get a gauge. They have their pitchforks.
Yeah, no, this isn't, pitchforks and torches here. But at the same time, did anyone, until it actually happened, had Macklin losing?
No, I did not. Yeah, no.
Yeah. Unbroken, the thing from Tattoo Boss, the plane boss, the plane. Well, Tony might be waiting for something that rhymes with the end of plane. It just might start with co in front of it, but we can figure it out.
Nick, I just realized this was a pretty surprise big night. As I was putting up that poll, I realized Charlotte Flair came back tonight. We got a new...
Oh, we forgot about it.
We got a new women's title tonight. We are getting a unification of the women's tag titles tonight. Alex Shelley won. Chris Sabin won. What the fuck happened with Sky Blue? I don't know. There was a lot of kind of holy shit moments.
Oh, absolutely. This was a sneaky stacked night.
Yeah, interesting.
The plane. Give a round of applause. What?
Round of applause.
Well, you take a round for the pause and you make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell notification, because we are here covering anything and everything when it comes to pro wrestling.
Anything and everything.
And we got all the options for you. We got the Instagram, we got the Twitter, we got the TikToks, we got all things popping and little things stopping. And we're still constantly moving and growing. You never know what's going to pop up with us. So that's why you need to be as tuned in as you can be. Why?
Yeah, do not miss a moment, folks. Like I say, we cover more wrestling than anyone else out there. Tonight we covered 3 shows. Like we said, we're going to take a little bit of a pause over this weekend, but we'll be back.
Hey, we had, like we said at the start of the show, we got 3 shows, 2 hosts. That's how you know it's going to be a 5-star night. And at times, our 5 stars carry a bit more weight than some other people that call everything 5 stars.
I got hosts
in different areas, but they are to storm the castle. Yeah, I know, not quite. I see what you're going with there. No, not quite, my guy. Although I do appreciate it,
right?
Yeah, nah, that was That was bad 4 years. My arms are actually very relaxed. Okie dokie. Keep your arms into an upright and fully locked position until you reach the end of the stream, apparently.
Right.
I don't know
Take
what
a
I'm
deep
trying
breath.
to say here. Who had Sky winning? No one except their parents.
I literally said this was Britt versus 3 jobbers. How was Britt okay with it? Like, if I was Britt, I'd say, oh, I'm not even mad at this. You guys can go on and you can put someone else in that spot. I don't need to be involved in this loss.
Because I got jobs in Connecticut, yo. In Connecticut, yo. At this point, like, he's gotta be. I don't know what the fuck to make of this. Now, granted, if this somehow turns out in 3 months, what have you, and this was all a master scheme and it all worked out perfectly, you can have that. Right now, this looks like a fucking kid finger painting in art class here. It's like, look, I made a turkey.
I made a blue duck.
I
made a blue duck. I've never seen a blue duck.
I've never seen a blue duck.
Well, Tony, you can make any duck you want to make.
This is all of us. So I really want that right now of Adam Sandler shaking that ginger fucking chubby kid right now is all of us right now. Of like, I'm going to have Sky Blue win. Don't you say that. Don't you ever say that.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's fucking, that was so funny. So funny. I like the finger paint analogy. Macklin got popped into the turnbuckle and it fed everything up. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So, like I said, I wonder if there is some recourse to this, but what a shocking night.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, and it builds. Now you got to tune in. Now, 100%, folks. If you ain't already here for the Monday nights when we're here for Monday Night Raw, if you ain't here for the Tuesday nights for NXT, if you ain't here for the Wednesday nights when we're here for Dynamite, what the fuck is wrong with you? But you need to be here for our Thursday nights now when we're here. KJ and Luna covered Impact because now you've got the fallout, you've got the repercussions, the recourse from this. And if we're going to build towards Slammiversary, their WrestleMania, I feel like this has got to lead to at least a triple threat, if not a fatal 4-way.
Something. How long will Tony Khan? Know what the sad part about this is? Tony Khan has to snuggle on the side. He has to quietly snuggle.
That's the side piece.
It's a sneaky snuggle. He can't publicly snuggle.
Yeah, that's Tony's side piece right there. That's literally Tony do something strange for a little piece of change.
Right? JV basically saying what we just said: 3 shows, 2 hosts, full count.
I prefer 5-star show, but you can have that.
A boulder, a donkey, a boulder, a donkey.
That's a boulder. That's a nice boulder.
Yeah, there you go.
I like that boulder.
I like that boulder.
Oh, so you're a girl, Jack.
I like the title. That is a nice title.
Right.
Yellow.
So we didn't even talk about Asuka's title now.
It looks even worse on a white strap.
That's Roman Jr.
Fucking lazy.
Because see, I can't even say that. I came out here being donkey. That's a nice title. I like that title. I don't like that title.
Lazy. Donkey is lazy.
That's one of those that's a boulder. That's a nice boulder.
Yeah, right. That's my only issue with all this shit with the belt is like I get what you're trying to accomplish, but then again, you're like, well, you just made a different belt. Is that put it on the same par as the men's belt? Or does it make it feel less than because it's not quite the same? I don't fucking know, bro. It's just the big W doesn't, jerk my curtain, and I don't much care for it.
Folks, KJ's out here looking for someone to jerk his curtain.
Yeah, right.
If you want to jerk KJ's curtain.
Dude, I'm going to get the wrong type of fucking messages.
You said it. I like that. I like that analogy. That's a nice analogy.
That's a good one. Donkey. Not even Sky's parents thought she would win. They were bowling at the time.
They put money on Brett. They're like, we lost the house because of you. We were betting on you to lose.
Good show, boys. Fun night of wrestling heading out. Yeah, we're heading out as well, Mr. Boston. Polo, welcome back. Haven't seen you in a minute. Hey, fellas, do y'all feel with the flash of a different attitude Bianca showed, it's beginning of a heel turn we all know is coming? And do you think it will really be with the Street Profits? Two questions there. I think the heel turn's coming. I think it's going to be great for her. And with the, I mean, what more can you do with the Street Profits if you don't turn them heel, or at least one of them?
I will just say yes and yes. I agree with both of those. And Big Dog, I get your Jeff Dunham attempt of a reference.
Where did we get the?
Oh,
okay.
I got where he pulled that from. So, Nick, their house got towed.
Nobody likes getting towed, folks.
Towed or towad?
Towad. Oh man, now we're just getting slapsticky at this point, folks. What a fun night of wrestling.
Is that different than any other moment of tonight?
Well, no, let me read this one because I saw the first two words and that was enough. Jerk, KJ's curtain. What the okay, ugh. Finally, some use for the yellow rubber glove. LOL. I kid.
Davey, are you auditioning? Are you throwing your name into the hat? That's what I read out of that.
Dude, I get I'm not gonna say it.
KJ got awkward as shit right there.
I had such a fucking I'm like, no, that is
what I'm at.
That is too vulgar. What went through my head was way too vulgar for YouTube's liking. But yeah, thanks for
Sunshine and Sparkles are too vulgar for YouTube at this point. So
yeah, fuck. Anyway, Bianca's
vitamins need vitamins.
Yeah,
yes,
we need to re-up and go home.
Right. So last one here from the artist.
Bianca's heel turn will be short if it happens. She's the woman version of Make-A-Wish. I don't know. Yeah, I understand that, but I don't think it would be short. If you do it, you got to commit to it. Not saying it will be a forever thing, but I don't know if it will be short.
Did everyone just have like? Am I the only one that remembers when she was a heel coming out of NXT?
Yeah, that was when
she started her career as a fucking heel.
It was better when she was the
so everyone acts like this is going to be like this would be like Cena turning heel of like how could they do this of like she
Cena started heel too.
No, this is how she started off as a fucking heel. Well, you said it right there. Cena started off as a heel.
And the EST thing came out of a whole they kept the EST dynamic, but when she first came into NXT, the EST was how she was better than everybody. She was the EST. She was the est of it all, right? But in an arrogant way. Then she kind of just folded it into a happy-go-lucky Skippy way. But I'm all for something new with Bianca. She had a nice, long title run. Let's move on. But speaking of moving on, folks, that was a fun night. This was a good one. I give SmackDown an 8. I gave Impact a 7.5. They were really good. Both were really good shows. Big surprises, big pops, good matches. I'm happy. I'm a happy wrestling fan tonight.
Putting ratings aside, favorite show of the week as we are wrapping up this week in pro wrestling.
SmackDown
show of the week.
SmackDown was my favorite show.
I agree with you.
They weaved the story right through that show. I said,
number two,
Raw.
Agree, and I only say that because I think it was Boston that very much made a compelling argument for it.
Yeah,
trying to get it to challenge for number one. I think SmackDown was still number one, Raw number 2, NXT number 3.
Yeah, shit. I mean, I could go for a tie at number 3. I didn't like they were both kind of. I think I rated both 6. We should do this every Fridays. We'll recap the week real quick at the end of the night and just kind of look back on the week that was. I like that. Impact's weekly show sucked. Against all ads doesn't count, but
against all ads, yes, it had no
against all ads. That's SmackDown. That was what they call SmackDown now. Against all ads.
Against all ads. Yeah, literally, you tuning in when they're airing ads. Against all ads.
But with all that being said, folks, we are the Wrestling for Life Network. That is Big Nick. I am KJ. Check out all our links below. Find us on social. Go buy a t-shirt. Be a part of the family. Be part of the crew. And remember, the nicest thing you could do for this channel is comment down below, interact, and tell everybody you know all about us. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. We will be back. Click that little bell. We might pop up Sunday. If not, we'll see everybody on Monday. Sky Blues, my new favorite wrestler. Woo!
Is that just the wagon?
I'm a big wagon fan. I will say that.
There we go. Big fan of the Oregon Trail there. But our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is all authentic. When you're talking about the wrestling, you better put that for life with it. Took you a minute. Took you a fucking minute.
See you on the flip side, folks. Have a good night. You did.